What is up, everybody? You're very welcome along to That's Football on the last day of the Group C games. Ukraine, Austria, North Macedonia, the Netherlands. Who's going through? Who's going to top the group? The Netherlands only need 1 point to do it. Who will make their way into the last 16 of the Euros? My name is Craig. I'm going to be joining you guys today for a watch along of the game. I hope that you're all well. Where is this Mark dude? This Mark dude is not here, but Craig's here, so it's all good, my man. It's all good. Love your bald head. I love you too, Johnny. Nice to see you guys. Look, you can actually see my torso today. I'm a little bit higher in screen. I look like a normal presenter for once. So, Ballbridge. Well, I'll take it. You know, we do. Ballbridge isn't too bad. I'll take a bit of Ballbridge. What have we got? Yes, Craig. Frankie, how are you, man? Tom's in the house as well. Lovely to see you. Connor Hayes, how are you, dude? Everybody in the chat. Love you too, everybody. Oh, the love already. Do you know what I mean? The love. I'm feeling it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling it. How are we feeling about this today? Because I'm going to be trying to keep an eye on both games for you guys. So I'll be flicking between the two of them, keeping you up to date about what's going on. As things stand, Netherlands top the group. Ukraine are in second place. Austria in third. And the Goran Pandev Express is unfortunately at the bottom of the table. Let's be honest. We all wanted a bit of North Macedonia, didn't we? We all wanted them to do well in this tournament. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? It is an absolute pleasure to be with you good folks again today. I've been looking forward to this one for the entire 40 minutes that I've been awake today. People in the chat already. Now, sorry, I have to do this because Dave put it in the chat and it makes me feel old, but how are we all? Are you ready for some fun? Because you know Uncle Craig gives fun when he comes along and does these watch-alongs, so you know, I'll take you through the games. We'll go through the starting 11s. We'll have a little bit of fun. And I'll mispronounce every name along the way, as I always do. But sure, you'll get to know that by now. Don't even get me started on some of these names, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. Sign the ting, said Silas. Sign the ting. We're talking. We're talking. I might sign the ting. I may not sign the ting. I might sign the ting, though. Lots of love, ladies and gentlemen. Harry Kane, question mark. No, it's not Harry Kane, mate. It's more of a John Joe Shelby vibe today, as you can see from my noggin. No, but look, I'm sure what you're talking about is the fact that Manchester City have made what they deem a take it or leave it £100 million offer to Spurs for Sir Harold of Tottenham. And what do you think? Do you think Daniel Levy will accept that £100 million offer? It's a lot of money, but I think he wants more. I think he'll get more as well, if I'm being really honest with you. I don't believe for 1 second that it's going to be a real take it or leave it offer. Now, there is talk that a couple of players could be available there as well. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Gabriel Jesus have all been listed as players who Manchester City could be willing to add into any deal for Sir Harold of Tottenham. Craig, please stay at That's Football. I may do, I may not. We'll wait and see what happens. I don't know if I'm wanted yet. Do you know what I mean? Well, I do know I'm wanted, of course. I'm wanted. Look, it's me. Now, look, in all honesty, I have my own similar channel, albeit an itty bitty one, but this will be far more fun. So let's just watch this space. That's all I can say to you, dude. He defo wants more money. I agree. I don't see Daniel Levy accepting anybody's first offer. I mean, who would, to be honest? Sir Harold of Tottenham, you know, one of the best strikers in Europe, having a stinker at the Euros so far, but, you know, that could be for a whole host of reasons. Bernardo Silva, no, said Thomas HD Gamer. Afternoon, Craig. Afternoon to you, mate. How are you? Nice to see you in the chat. Oh, we've got mods. Nice. I see you moderated in there. Flex, how are you, dude? Flex47, nice to see you in the chat. Craig, pronounce Nassif. There you go. I had a bash at it, mate. Who am I? I'm me, Juan. Who are you? So I know who I am, Juan. But who are you, mate? And how are you in yourself, mate? Let's get to know each other here. Bit of a speed dating round between me and you, Juan. So I'm 39 years of age. Juan, I grew up in Shankill. I'm bald, as you can see. I'm married. I've got 2 kids. I like football. I like boxing. I like other stuff. Your turn. Let's go. Juan, me and you, mate. Me and you. I can see the bromance blossoming here. It's going good, Tony, mate. It's going good. Dumfries is better than Walker. Well, you can stop the Trent Alexander-Arnold slander there straight away. Dumfries, good player. PSV Eindhoven player, and they have been receiving a lot of interest in Dumfries after his performances for the Netherlands at the Euros, which I'm sure you can expect. He has had a very good tournament so far. He's missed a couple of chances, scored a couple as well, but he has looked really, really well for the Dutch. Hope you're alright, loving you on this channel, said Harry Connock. Thank you for the super chat, dude. The first one of the day, really do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm always good when I get to watch footy. What have we got? Nazar said, hey Craig, how are you? Again, man, it's all good. I'm delighted to be. We have a little look at the starting 11s. We'll start with the North Macedonia Netherlands game. So, God almighty. How am I going to pronounce this goalkeeper's name, ladies and gentlemen? Dmitrievski? We'll go with that. Dmitrievski, Rostovsky, Velovsky, Musliu, Alioski, I know him. Burchi, Adami, Twakovsky, Elmas, Trojkowski and Goran Pandev, and that is the only time I will ever be pronouncing any of their names. We'll have a look at the Dutch team. They've got Stecklenburg in goal, Stefan de Vrij, Matthijs de Ligt, Daley Blind, Dumfries, Gravenberch, Wijnaldum, Frankie de Jong, Van Aanholt, Memphis Depay and Donyell Malen, who I'm very interested in keeping an eye on because my club Liverpool have been strongly linked with Donyell Malen, so I'm very interested in keeping an eye on him. And now I'll keep you up to date with the Ukraine team and the Austrian team. So Aronovich comes back in, by the way, after serving a 1-game ban for Austria. So it's Bachmann, Lehner, Dragovic, Hinteregger, Alaba, Schlager, Lehmer, Grilic, Baumgartner, excuse me, Aronovich and Marcel Sabitzer, who is a very tidy player, plays for Leipzig. Then Bushan, Karavev, Zabarinia, Matyavenko. I can see why Goldbridge gave me this game to do now, by the way. Milyenko, Sharapenko, Sidorachuk, Zinchenko, Yarmolenko, Yarmolenchuk and Malievsky. Not a fucking chance I'm pronouncing them again, folks. Not a hope. You're really hurt, are you? Did you want me to call a ambulance for the little bitch that's really hurt in the chat? Will I call a ambulance, mate? We've been serving whiny little bitches since 1984, the ambulance crew. I'm only joking, mate. I hope you're well. I hope you're well. I hate to see anybody upset in the chat. Craig, do you think we're really good in Despicable Me? I was brilliant. I mean, I was that good. They invited me back for the second one. Do you know what I mean? My own kid called me Gru, mate. So you're not the first one. You won't be the last. Sounds like you got a stroke reading that. Honestly, I've been stitched up proper here with those names, haven't I? You know what I mean? Imagine me, an Irish man, trying to pronounce some beautiful names, by the way. But my pronunciations, people know they're shocking. Shocking. Oliver said, is it just me that thinks Declan Rice is bang average? I don't think he's bang average, I'll be honest with you, mate. I think Declan Rice is a very good player. So I can't speak for everybody in the chat, my man, but I can say that I don't think he's bang average. I think he's very good. Craig, you're the man. Love you, pal. Love you too, ZA. Thank you. What's the team for the Ukraine again? There's no amount of money, dude. There's no amount of money that can make me. I'll tell you a little secret. They're all going to be Zinchenko. Every single one of them will be called Zinchenko throughout the game. When I was watching Wolves, one of the early times I was watching Wolves, I was calling absolutely everybody Traore, and what was the other player? There were two names I could get out, and that was it. Oh look, our little friend who likes to pretend that Aubameyang is better than Salah is in the chat. Matthew, I already patted your head the other day, sir. You can stop jumping up and down. I'm not going to give you any more attention, sir. We know that he's nowhere near as good as Salah. That's just a fact, dude. Matthew, here's your last warning. Keep spamming the same comment and it'll be TTFN for you, sir. Top 4 next season in the Premier League, said Harvey. It's very difficult to project them in any order until we know what business is done, but honestly I can see it being the same top 4 as this season, and I think personally that we're going to see more of a gap between 4th place and 5th place, because I think United, Liverpool, Chelsea and City will pull away. I think we're obviously, as Liverpool fan, we're going to be stronger straight away when we get our starting 11 back, but I think it'll be the same. I think it'll be the same top 4, but I don't know in what order, obviously. Who's on the Ukraine bench? Yep, they have a bench and there are players on it. Yep, that is an actual fact. You can't argue with facts, mate. Ukraine, I'll tell you what I'll do for you, just to be extra nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 on the bench, and they're all Ukrainians. Do you know what I mean? That is the level of professionalism you get from me, sir. 12 of them and they're all Ukrainians. Say my name. Nah, that's it. No. Just no, mate. Just no. Where is Mark? You know. Does anybody else want to tell him where Mark is? Because the good regular folks that have watched me know where Mark is. Where's Mark, ladies and gentlemen? Tell him where he is and tell him what he's eating. Because if you've watched me before, you know where he is and you know what he's eating. Yes, Declan, he's in the basement. He's down in my basement having a potato sandwich and a bottle of water, having a little resty poo, and he'll be here for the 8 o'clock game later on. Yes, I love that this is a thing now. Well played, ladies and gentlemen, well played. He's in the basement. I don't even have a basement, but let's just pretend he's in the basement, because that's so much more fun, and he'll get out if he's a very good boy. In the basement, lads, there you go. With Phil Jones, yeah, and a couple of Liverpool players as well, who's in Klopp's basement. Rice or Jorginho? Ooh, do you know what? I suppose it's a bit of what you like, isn't it? With Jorginho, you get more of a player who keeps the ball ticking along, whereas with Declan Rice, you get somebody who can mop up, read lines, break lines at times as well. So yeah, for me, I take Declan Rice. But, you know, they're both good players. I just think Declan Rice is more suited to the Premier League, obviously. That basement of yours is getting very full, says Anfield Agenda. Oh, Anfield Agenda, it's lovely to see you in the chat, sir. It's almost as if you have the best football channel on YouTube, sir. Is Liverpool scouting Donny van de Beek? No, we're not. And just ask yourself this, Pratik, when's the last time Liverpool and United did any business? Do you know what I mean? So no, I think Donny van de Beek's a fine footballer, by the way, and I'm still a bit baffled as to why he hasn't got more game time at United. Not that it's my place to really say why or why not, but I thought it was a good signing for United when they brought him in, if I'm being honest. Haaland or Salah? Look, that's it's comparing apples and oranges. One is a striker, one's a winger. Already done your predictions? No, I haven't. Right, let's go through them. Craig, we'll start with the Ukraine and Austria. And I'm going to go for a 2-1 Ukrainian win in that game. So I'm going to go 2-1 to Ukraine, and then I'm going to go 2 or 3-0 to the Netherlands over North Macedonia. Although I wouldn't mind North Macedonia scoring a goal. Thoughts on Wales so far, said Owen Kinman. I think they've been fantastic, mate. I've loved the attitude that they've played with. I mean, look, they were obviously up against Italy and Rome, a very good Italian team. But Wales had chances. Bale missed a decent opportunity. Obviously, they went down to 10 men, which personally I thought was a bit harsh. I think in the Premier League that probably would have been a yellow. But yeah, I think Wales have been excellent, mate. I really do. I'm delighted for you guys that you're going to be second in the group. You're going to get through to the last 16 guaranteed. So congrats on it. Well deserved. Best player from each team playing tonight? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Let's go through them. Right, let's have a look. And you know the answer are going to be names that I can pronounce, don't you? So let's have a look. So obviously for Austria, I'm going to go David Alaba, because I think that's honestly the right answer. For the Ukraine, it's a difficult one, this, because I like Yarmolenko, but we haven't really seen enough of him at West Ham to show what he's actually capable of. And Zinchenko is a fine young left-sided wing-back or full-back, if you want to call him that. So one of those two. And then we go to the Netherlands. Well, it's obviously Goran Pandev, and I don't care if he's 374 years of age. You got to show my man Goran a bit of respect. So we're going to go Goran Pandev, and then see, this is a difficult one, because I obviously love Gini Wijnaldum from his time at Liverpool, but Gravenberch is a fine young player. Memphis Depay, if he shows up, can be really good. Gravenberch, Dumfries, Frankie de Jong. You know what, I'm going to be biased and I'm going to go Gini Wijnaldum. But I'd love to know your choices from... Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Your choices from the four teams, not clubs. Who would you have? Who do you think is the best player from each one of the nations taking place today? Craig, have I ever been to Ballymena? Do you know what? I don't know if I have. I've been up the north loads, mate, but I don't know if I've been to Ballymena or not. I don't know if I've had the pleasure. What do I think about Thiago Alcantara? I think he's fantastic. I think we'll start to see more of him in the way that we expected. Towards the end of the season, he started to show what he could do, but you know, the thing about him is he never really got to play with the midfield he was brought in to play at Liverpool. So yeah, we've got some De Jong shouts. Genie all day. Wijnaldum as well from a Chelsea fan. Ukraine 1, Austria 1. That's what the Cramps 1984 has gone with. Advaith has gone for De Jong, Yarmolenko, Alaba and Pandev. Have I ever been to Galway? Indeed I have. The only two counties in Ireland that I've never been to are Kerry and Mayo, if I can remember correctly. I think they're the only two I've never been to. Love you, Craig, you bald angel of football. Wow, Joe, I'm taking that and I'm rubbing it. The bald angel of football. I'd have that every day of the week, sir. Thank you very much. The white Lukaku, somebody else said. Well, yeah, I mean, I can see the same physical attributes. The only thing about difference between me and Lukaku is that he has a really good beard and I just can't grow one. Do you know what I mean? I wish I could grow a beard like Lukaku. I wish I was as big and strong as Lukaku. Craig, I love you, Baldy. I love you too, Mason. Nice to see you in the chat. Come to Galway, Lukaku, said Nafina43. Hello, Craig from Hong Kong. How are you, dude? I love knowing where people are from, so please do let me know in the chat what part of the world you're joining us from. And don't forget, if That's Football is on the road towards 500,000. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Never mind these other pretender channels. This is the place for all your Euros watch along. Stay tuned to That's Football. You've got me, Baldbridge, taking you through these games, and then you've got Hairbridge coming along at 8 o'clock to do the games as well. So there you go. Craig, I'm a new member. Great to see you on the channel. You're my favourite non-pundit, favourite ever United player. I've got two, if that's alright, and genuinely I do. Peter Schmeichel was one of my goalkeeping heroes, even though he was a United. I'm a former keeper, and Peter Schmeichel was somebody I admired. Gigi Buffon, another goalkeeper I admired. Oliver Kahn, another one I admired. And do you know what? Cantona. Because I love a bit of swagger, me, and they don't come with more sauce than Cantona, do they? So Cantona and Schmeichel, probably my two favourite United players. And then of course there's the Irish ones coming through as well. Irwin, Keane, so yeah, McGrath. You know, but those two, I would say, I had to have two because I couldn't just say Cantona or Schmeichel. Yeah, they're both, to me, people that just really top notch at what they did. Bald Luke Shaw, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take Atten at this point, you know what I mean? Love from Dubai, how are you, Mohammed? I'm hoping to get to Dubai maybe towards the end of the year. My family need a holiday. We don't look like we'll get over to America this time, so we're looking towards Dubai, somewhere around that neck of the woods. Prime Irwin or Prime Cole? They're both amazing, to be honest. I mean, Ashley Cole almost reinvented the fullback position to an extent. You know, as much as we call him, you know, fucking Cashley Cole or whatever it was, he was very good. And Dennis Irwin was just Mr. Consistency. I put Irwin and Finnan kind of very similar in that you always got a good 7 out of 10 from them. Had any Nepalese food yet? No, I have not, mate. I'm really boring, dude, when it comes to food. My food choices are extremely limited, but I obviously eat a lot of what is limited. Eggbridge? That doesn't work as well, does it? Doesn't work as well, mate. Antarctica? Yes, I'm sure you're getting the El Wifi out there in Antarctica, mate. Have I been to Louth? Yes, I have. Many times. Craig, what position do you play in football? I was a keeper. I was a goalkeeper, mate. Although, you know, would have been on the smaller side. I'm only 5'10", but yes, I was a goalkeeper. Played at a pretty high level. You know, a very high level actually. Right up until under 17s. I love you too, Ghost Emo. Thank you. Where in the US do I visit? Florida. Usually we go over to Orlando, mate. I've been down to Miami as well and a few other parts of Florida, but yeah, Florida. We're hoping to maybe get to Texas at some point as well. Arizona perhaps. Hard boiled bridge. There you go. Craig, you beautiful. I'm feeling the love. I am feeling the love. I'm always so nervous doing solo watch-alongs on a platform that isn't mine. You know, on Anfield Agenda, I've got my team of moderators. I've got people that are used to my weird sense of humour and stuff as well. And I'm always worried that when I come on to That's Football on my own, I know when I'm on with Goldbridge, he'll spend the entire time trying to mock me for not being him, which is grand because I get about 5,000 comebacks for that. But when I'm on here on my own, I'm always worried that you're going to be disappointed because it isn't Mark, and you know, a lot of people don't know who I am yet, but that's okay. You'll get to know me. And I'm Marmite. You'll either love me or you'll hate me. But I promise you, if you show the love, I'll show the love right back to you. Craig, should model for Nike, you look great. Well, thank you. I mean, checks in the post and all that. I really appreciate it. I hope all the fathers out there had a good Father's Day yesterday, by the way. And I hope all the kids spoil their fathers rotten. I was very lucky. I got another Nike polo shirt. I got an Adidas polo shirt. And I got a Lynx Africa set. Because it's not Father's Day or Christmas if you don't get a Lynx Africa set. I mean, I am a proud chav. Even if I became a multi-millionaire, I would still be rocking in my Lamborghini in an Adidas polo shirt or a Nike polo shirt and a pair of tracky bottoms. That's how I roll. Happy Father's Day. Thank you, son. Thank you very much. Disney World or Universal? 100% Universal. My kids love Universal and the tickets are cheaper, so you know, I kind of pushed them that way as well. They aren't really into Disney, to be honest. We have been there once, and I brought them to Disneyland Paris at one point as well. Craig, you're great. Are you staying after the Euros? I'm not sure what the story is yet, dude. We're just trying to get through the Euros and, you know, get the game sorted out, because there's a lot of them coming thick and fast, so we're just trying to keep our heads down, plough through the Euro content. I do some Euro content on my own channel, Anfield Agenda, as well, usually the England games, because our sponsors want us to do them. So yeah, I'm just having fun, enjoying getting to watch football with you guys. We are about 9 minutes away from kickoff, so what I'm going to do is kind of try and keep an eye on both games for you, and if one game looks considerably more entertaining than the other, we'll focus on that one for a little while. So I do have access to both games, so you know, we'll see how things go. I'm going to start off with the Netherlands-North Macedonia game, because, you know, I want to watch Netherlands, because my family name originates from Netherlands, so I'm jumping on board that train. Craig's better than Goldbridge. Don't say that, mate. He'll cry. No, you're not allowed to say that. You're not allowed to tell Mark any truths, mate. No, we have to just, you know, pretend that he's the best. But we know. We know. Thoughts on the up-and-coming Ukrainian forward? But you didn't go. Yeah, he's brilliant. I don't know who he is, but yeah, let's just give him a 9 out of 10. How many countries have I been to? I don't know. Do you want me to start naming them? America, Canada, Mexico, Jamaica. I don't know if the Cayman Islands counts as a country. Jamaica, Spain, Portugal, Italy, France, Turkey, England, Wales, Greece. I think that's it. Maybe there's one or two more I'm missing. I think that might be it. I'm not sure. Off the top of my head, that's it. How was Jamaica? I was only there as a one-day thing as part of a cruise, mate, but it was lovely. Come to Besiktas. Oh, dude. Jan, I'm not joking. I love Turkish football fans. I'm honestly, I'm in awe of the way Turkish football fans support their clubs, mate. So I would absolutely go to a Besiktas game. 100%. No problem. Definitely. Count me in. Northern Ireland. Yes, I've been to Northern Ireland many times. I love it. I love Belfast. Myself and my wife often go to Belfast for a weekend away if we can, because it's amazing. McDonald's or KFC? I know this is going to sound really strange, because look at me, but I don't really eat much of that type of food. I'm more of a pizza or a Chinese kind of guy. Teams are coming out onto the pitch, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So we are, what game are they showing? No, they've got the wrong game on here. I'm switching it over. There we go. I'm going for the North Macedonia Netherlands game to start us out, but I will flick between the games if necessary, and I will be keeping you up to date. But I want you guys to help out as well. I want you guys to let me know if I need to be keeping focus on one particular game or another. This is a group effort, so don't be lazy about it. You've got a job to do today, folks. Stay focused. What hotel do you stay in Florida? We don't. We rent a house, mate. I've got a young son with autism, and he's got bundles and bundles of energy, and he needs space. So we usually rent a house with a pool when we're over there, so he has a bit of space to run around and stuff. So yeah, we have stayed in a couple of hotels. So we've stayed in oh, I can't remember the name of it. Sabrina. What's the name of the hotel we stayed in Florida? The what? Something at Point. I can't remember what. I can't hear what she's saying. Something at Point Orlando was the name of the hotel. That's all I remember. Yeah, this is a family affair when I do a watch along, by the way. You'll often hear me screaming around the house looking for something or another. Brina! House doesn't kill. The Rosen Inn at Point. That was it. There you go. The Rosen Inn at Point Orlando. That was where we stayed. What? She's like. Say again? Any more questions? No, I believe that's it for now, darling. Thank you. The old bitch is turning 40 on Friday. She's gonna be old. I'm gonna trade you in. Just accept it. I'm an influencer now, love. You know what I mean? You need to up your game or you're gone. Hi Craig, which player has surprised you the most during this tournament so far? I think Dumfries is a really good shout, to be fair. It's a very difficult to pick at one, because there's been some great team performances, but Dumfries has really been a player I've been impressed with, definitely. Where's the chair, somebody said. It's just over there to my right, taunting me at its comfort levels compared to the computer chair I sit in for the That's Football streams. What do I think of King Kenny? It's King, as you said. What do I think of Kerry? Sorry. Never been to Kerry. One of the two counties I've never been to, mate. But right, we aren't too far away from the games getting underway here, ladies and gentlemen. I will keep you up to date. Let me just check my clock's working. Hang on. There we go. Right, it is working. Good, good, good. Why this guy again? Because I am brilliant, Jason. Accept my magnificence or piss off, dude. It is one or the other, sir. You are free to watch whomever you want, sir. But just bathe in the glory that is me, my man. Look at it. Do you know what I mean? Where else are you going to get this level of machismo, sir? Why this guy again? Because I am a goat, sir. Oh. Harry Kane to Man City, your views on it? I don't think they'll get him for the 100 million that they're talking about, but yeah, I don't think they'll get him for 100 million, but I think they will get him in the long term. What have we got? Where's Mark Baldy? You forgot the question mark, you dumb fuck. If you're gonna troll me, mate, at least have the decency to use good grammar. Because nothing offends me more than poor grammar, sir. Get yourself an edumacation. And yeah, I did say edumacation, because I told you before. That's the way I says it. Are you even Irish? If I've never been to see Fungi the Dolphin. Mate, there's been about 28 Fungi the Dolphins, do you know what I mean? But you are right, it is something on my list that I have to get done. I also don't drink, so that probably makes me a little bit less Irish as well. What channel's the Holland game on? I'm watching it in Ireland, so I'm able to watch the Dutch game on RTE News, weirdly. And RTE 2 are showing the Ukraine Austria game, sorry. Very cringe. Is that right, Jake? The same Jake that always comments on all of our videos. Jake, don't think I don't see through you sad little SOB. You're always commenting on all our videos, mate. Very cringe. Then why do you watch, you sad little twat? Woo! Jake, I see right through you, pal. You can't get me, mate. You wish you were me. You go to bed at night dreaming about being Craig. You'll never be me, sir. You will never be me. So just stay in the chat, mate, and know your place, my man. Know your place, dude. Oh, very cringe, very cringe. Little dudes in every one of my videos commenting, and he's going, very cringe, very cringe. Oh, scenes, mate. Scarlet for you, Jake. Scarlet. Right, we are almost ready to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Jake, 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 Jake. I'm in your head. In your head, Jakey, 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 hey, hey. Oh, Jake, that's your moment in the sun, mate. You are going to clip that up and you're going to hold that like a teddy bear at night when you go to sleep. Don't listen to them, mate, your sound. What's an SOB? Surely you know what an SOB is. Son of... There you go. I don't want to demean women, that's why I don't say it. This guy is a top bloke. Thank you. I'm just having a bit of fun. I can be normal and boring if you want, but why not have a bit of fun, ladies and gents? We are here to be entertained, are we not? Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to kick off in the games. They will sync both games, so they want them both finishing and starting at the same time, obviously, because you know it does affect the groups. But we are underway. Here we go. The Goran Pandev Express has left the station. Oh my, is anybody else watching on RTE News? It looks like they're watching this on, like, I don't know, like worse than YouTube. It's horrendous, honestly. Surely there has to be a HD version of this channel because it's absolutely shocking. I mean, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed for us that we have to watch this, ladies and gents. Anyway, Netherlands in possession with Daley Blind. Interesting fact, actually. Christian Eriksen has been fitted with the exact same fitting, I don't know what else to call it, in his heart that Daley Blind was fitted with, that can restart the heart if necessary. I don't know what his future will be in the game, but just an interesting fact there. It is the same mechanism that was fitted to Daley Blind. Right, Netherlands just knocking the ball around the back. They just need a point, by the way, to see themselves top the group. I do feel for North Macedonia because I like the way they go about it. Obviously with Alioski and the big man Goran Pandev up front. Themselves and Turkey just really didn't get a chance to to show their best side in the tournament. I thought we were going to get a really... I thought maybe when I started watching North Macedonia at first, in the first game, I thought, oh, they could be the dark horses to get out here in third place, but unfortunately it doesn't look like it's going to be. Netherlands now immediately moving through the lines to try and work it out left side, but it's intercepted. North Macedonia have it back. Right, let me get through a few more comments. You're a genuine human, Craig, and I quite appreciate you. Big up yourself, mate. Thank you. I promise you, I absolutely am a genuine human. I can confirm that 100%. Craig, please do the Ric Flair. All things come to those who wait, sir. All good things. Can I say what's up there? No, I won't. The only defence league I'll ever be talking about is the Nico Defence League. NDL forever, dude. Do you know what I mean? If it's NDL or it's no league. It's simple as that. If it's not Nico Defence League, there's no league. I don't know if it is a pacemaker, mate. I think that wasn't the word that was mentioned. Obviously, I've heard of a pacemaker, but this was an electronic device. They said that isn't a pacemaker something that helps the rhythm of your heart, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I could be wrong. I'm certainly no heart expert. North Macedonia in possession here now. Good press. I'm really liking the black and orange Netherlands kit, by the way. I am a bit of a softie for the Dutch kits. Now, have we any Dutch people in the chat that can help me out? Because I was laying in bed last night and I was thinking about this. First of all, I kept saying, Craig, make sure you say Netherlands. Don't say Holland, say Netherlands. So I understand the difference between Holland and the Netherlands. But where I get confused is the Dutch part. So, the Dutch part. Can somebody explain to me where we got to the Dutch part from? I understand that Holland is a regional thing and the Netherlands is the entire group. But I'm a bit lost with the Dutch part. So can somebody help me out on that one? It's like a mini defibrillator, somebody said. Thank you, Ethan. Much appreciated, dude. Babe, love you. Love you too. Do you know what I mean? Love all the babes out there. The name of the language. Yeah, but they also call them Dutch people. So, I don't know. It's just something I always love to learn new things. And, you know, we were educated enough on the Netherlands-Holland thing, which is always great to find out. Always happy to learn new things. But, yeah, I was just wondering about that one last night. The Netherlands game, I'm watching it on RTE News, so I can't say in the UK where it's on. I'm sure somebody in the chat will. Shut up and watch the game. Who do you think you're talking to? This isn't Goldbridge. I demand respect in my chat. So don't tell me to shut up. I'll do what I want, when I want, Lucy, and if you don't like it, you know where the door is, young lady. North Macedonia move. There's always somebody, isn't there? There's always a little bit of petulance in the chat there. ITV4, nice one, thank you, because this is shocking here from RTE. It's like watching the game back in 1985. It's that bad. Right, let's try and go for RTE4 then. Or not RTE4. I don't have ITV4. That's shocking, Craig. Am I a eunuch? No, mate, I've got these big Irish balls. Of course I'm not a eunuch. Love you too, Harry. Right, anyway. You do, by the way, Lucy, just as a little accoutrement to what I said before, I've 2 games to watch here, love. 2 games. You know what I mean? Man should be on double time for what I'm doing here today. See that? Accoutrement. A bit of education for you. Bit of class for you there, Lucy. Do you know what I mean? Right, so I'm going to keep up to date with the 2 games. 1 second. It's on ITV, not ITV4. Which, oh god, you're killing me. But I love yous at the same time. They don't like us over here in Ireland with the skyboxes. They make us... Oh, there we go. There we go. Full HD. You love to see it. Right, Netherlands in possession. Ball to the centre. What are we thinking, by the way, of Memphis Depay's move to Barcelona, ladies and gentlemen? Good move? Bad move? Love you too, Ario. Love all of you guys. You know that. You've made me feel so welcome in the chat. And it means a lot, honestly. I know I'm having fun and banter, but I'm a very insecure dude, really. And I'm feeling the love. So thank you. Big up yourselves. Genie now in possession. Even though it's clearly not Genie, Craig. But shh, don't say that and I got away with it. I've got to get myself that Dutch shirt. It's absolutely gorgeous. Daley Blind now. Trying to get his head up. Actually, do you know what? I'll open a betting app because that'll give me a more up to date, even though I've now deleted all the betting apps on my phone. Do you know what I mean? I'm having a mare here today. Right, Ukraine game there. It's open. Baldometer predictions. Look, the baldometer's definitely swinging towards the Netherlands here. I'd go as far as to say it's 70-30 for the Netherlands. But as I say that, here come North Macedonia on the counter attack. They move the ball out right hand side. Slow it down a bit. Play a ball up top looking for Goran Pandev. It's intercepted by Daley Blind. North Macedonia regather possession. I love any country like that plays with passion and attacks the game. It's great to watch. This can go towards the shirt. Thank you, mate, but I don't see any of your super chat money. It's that's not my bag. But thank you, I appreciate it, Amara. Thank you very much, sir. You're very kind. Liverpool are so overrated. Jake, get a life, mate. Honestly, imagine thinking the most successful club in English football is overrated. Jake, no, Jake doesn't know ball. Scarlet for Jake. Again, it's a bit sloppy the start of this game. Nobody really able to. We've seen this. Oh, here we go. Gini Wijnaldum intercepts a pass, plays it out left hand side. Malin, he tried to do what he did the other day, but the offside flag was up and it will be brought back. Daniel Malin there. Gini Wijnaldum played the ball left hand side, but Malin was just a yard or so offside. Similar situation that he found himself. Oh, I tell you what. No, he wasn't. He wasn't, you know. The linesman has shit the bed there. He was actually on. Although it would have been a goal kick anyway because it came back off Malin's hand. So either way, it's much of a muchness. Ethan, love you too, my man. What's this egghead doing here? Taking over, mate. That's what I'm doing here. Saving the channel. Egghead. You are the most unoriginal person ever, mate. But it's what I expect from trolls. You're usually dumb. Now, don't curse, Craig. You're not on your own channel. You're usually imbeciles, mate, because you've got nothing else to say. So, do you know what I mean? I'm here doing this. You'll always be at home, sir, just looking at me in awe. De Jong is such a baller, will be perfect for United. Thoughts, Mark? I'll shout down to the basement if you want, mate, to ask him, Bryce. Oh, it's 1-0! It's 1-0! Woo! And the offside flag's up. The offside flag's up. I thought we had the North Macedonia Express to make it 1-0, but the offside flag was up. Let's have a look. Ooh. Look, here's a little thing between me and you. I think he's onside there, folks. I think this stands. I think this goal stands, ladies and gentlemen. I think North Macedonia have wrecked the baldometer, and I think that they're going to have the lead. By the way, you can call me an egg all you want. It doesn't bother me. I'm bald by choice, so it doesn't really hurt my feelings. Calling me fat, now that hurts my feelings. Hang on! That was given as offside. Did anybody else see the replay? That looked onside to me, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, it's been given as offside. No, I'm calling bullshit. That looked onside to me. Out of curiosity, could you put a green screen over the comfy chair? Not really. It would make it very awkward. The lines wouldn't be great for the studio and stuff. But I have thought about it though. Did anybody else see that? That looked onside to me. But anyway, it was given as offside and the Dutch get away. The baldometer is still intact. Shut up, you bold. Oh, you've had a mare there, mate. Autocorrect has done you a kipper there, sir. The word you're looking for is bald. It's bald, mate. It's spelled with an A. I'm also bold, though, so technically you are correct. Memphis Depay trying to cross there, and it goes out again off Memphis. Double ricochet, goal kick. Imagine not being able to spell bald. Imagine that. It's a 4-letter word, mate. 4 letters. I'll go and find any 5-year-old you want out the front, mate, and they'll spell it for you. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful knowing I'm just rent-free. Not a bit of ingenuity, not a bit of creativity about it either. It's weird. I don't get it. I mean, I love a creative troll. The ball bridge stuff, one of my favourite things I've ever heard. It's amazing. Here we go. Frankie de Jong, ball into the channel. Still 0-0, by the way, in the Ukraine Austria game. No score in that one either. Great seeing fans back inside stadiums, isn't it? I mean, the orange scattered around the stadium looks magnificent. There's the offside line. Do you know what? I'm sorry. That's... Another ball over the top. Shot across, face a goal, nobody there. Ball blazed across the 6-yard box by the Netherlands. Nobody able to get on the end of it. I think we're in for a really open attacking game here today, folks. Obese Bridge. There you go. I know I'm fat, mate. I don't need you to tell me I'm fat. But, like, imagine if I called your mother or your sister fat. Would you be offended by it? I'm sure that you would. So maybe just think for a second before you type, mate. That's all I'm saying. I know I'm fat. I'm insecure about it. I don't need you to point it out to me. I'm well aware of it. But imagine I had to go with your mother or your sister or something like that. I'd be a bit of an arsehole, wouldn't I? So just have a little think, mate, before you type. That's all I'm saying. It is, of course, your free world to say whatever you want. But yeah, I know I'm fat, mate. So it's no news to me. That's it's reasons like this why I may or may not be back next season, by the way, on the channel, because I don't get this on my own channel. Ball through the lines. Here we go. Netherlands on the attack again. That was never on. It was a ball that was never on. Alioski now gets a chance to carry it away for North Macedonia. And by the way, any abuse that you do throw at me, I'm also pretty much qualified almost, well, I won't say qualified, I'm an amateur psychologist, let's put it that way. And anything you say, mate, is just pointing out your insecure flaws in yourself. If you feel the need to put somebody else down to feel better about yourself, then it's not me that needs to be worried, pal, it's you. Because you've obviously got something deep inside you that makes you feel that need. So I don't know, maybe you weren't breastfed, maybe your mother didn't hug you. I don't know, mate. But what I will say is, just going forward in life, just maybe have a think about that, because you've clearly got something going on inside yourself that's not making you happy. I'm happy. I love my life. I love my family. I'm all good. But, you know, you look like you got a few problems there. Craig, I know you can handle the hate, but no one should have to see things like that. I enjoy you on the channel. Hope to see you more. Thank you, Brees. Appreciate it. Look, I'm used to it, mate. I'm used to it. It's par for the course when you do what we do. When you have a YouTube channel, you put yourself out there, you know, the abuse comes. It is what it is. It's not nice, but it happens. And you just deal with it as best you can. And I'm lucky. I see a psychologist on a regular basis because I've got, you know, long-standing mental health issues. So, you know, I'm lucky. I have an outlet to process this stuff on. But there are some people that don't, and that's my point. I'm one of the lucky ones. There are people, mate, you might say that to, that it will really hurt. And somebody could, heaven forbid, you know, go a bit too far because you might catch them on a particularly bad day. So always have a little think before you type. That's all I'm saying. Nothing but love on my end, mate. Nothing but love. But just have a little think before you type. You just never know what's going through someone's head in any particular day. And, you know, keep in mind, my mother killed herself and my dad drank himself to death. So, you know, I've been through the mill a bit, pal. North Macedonia, I'll tell you, I'm really enjoying them in this tournament. Still 0-0 in the Ukraine-Austria game, by the way. Who is it? I was trying to think of this yesterday. I know Goldbridge keeps getting Austria mixed up with a couple of other countries, and I can't think of who it was. Does anybody remember? I can't think of who it was. I was trying to think of this last night. Not that I think about Goldbridge in bed or anything like, but I was just trying to think about it. We were doing this the other day. It was a game we were doing together, and he kept calling them Austria, and I can't remember who it was. No, it wasn't Austria. It was the Czech Republic. Yes, you've nailed it. Well played, folks. Well played. It was the Czech Republic. Well played. Yes, Craig, top fella. Love the watch-alongs. Keep it up. Thank you, Jack. Much appreciated, my man. Yeah, Czech Republic. You're spot on. When you know, you know, folks. When you know, you know. This is why I love the chat. So good, so knowledgeable. Switzerland and the Czech. I think it was the Czech Republic, if I remember correctly. North Macedonia on the attack again now. Oh, that's been snuffed out by the Dutch. They move the ball left side. Here comes Luke de Jong now. In the channel again. To young Daniel Malin. Tries to have a go around the outside. Ball put behind, though. Is it a goal kick? Or is it... Oh, there's a North Macedonian player down injured, by the way, folks. As you can see, 16 minutes gone on the clock. It's still North Macedonia 0, Netherlands 0, and in the other game it's still Ukraine 0, Austria 0. For people that do want to have a pop at me, and I understand it, just do me a favour, go over to Anfield Agenda and watch a video that I made called Thank You and Goodbye, where I basically broke down in front of camera and said my goodbyes to everybody that I was leaving. Watch that video and then just, you might get a better feeling for who I am as a person. FK, the haters, Craig, you and Goldbridge are in a league of your own. See, I think we have a chance to build something really, really special, and that's football. I do. Obviously, Mark and Drawley and the team do an amazing job, but I think we've got a chance here to build a platform that's very special, that crosses club divide, and be something genuinely huge. I really, really do. So, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, by the end of this I decide, okay, I can cope with the chat, I can cope with this, and I'll come on board. Because I think like you've said, I think me and Goldbridge long term, genuinely think it's the dream team. I think we could change the way football fan content is made, portrayed, and just lift it up a little bit. Because there's some great content being made out there, don't get me wrong. Right, here we go, corner to the Dutch. This is the first time I've ever done 2 games at once, by the way. Never done it before. Right, here we go. De Vries is up. Dumfries is up. Memphis Depay gives the signal. In comes the corner. And it's headed behind, and it'll be a goal kick to North Macedonia. Who do you want to win the Euros? I don't mind. I'm just here to enjoy some good football, and may the best team win. You're doing awesome. Thank you, Lilia. Sorry, thank you. Really appreciate your kind words. Coca-Cola or Pepsi? I'm a Diet Coke fiend, me. So Diet Coke all the way for me. Here we go. North Macedonia, left-hand side. The fact that you as an LFC fan have rapport with Man United fans and how people, including myself, have subbed to a Liverpool channel says a lot about you. Mate, I am honestly blown away by the crossover we've had. Manchester United fans, I tell you what, I was going through a period a couple of months ago where I was getting a lot of abuse, and Manchester United fans had my back, and I said it at the time, and I said it on my channel, I'll never forget that. Yeah, we're enemies on the pitch, but you guys are a sound bunch. Depay, ball in, Gini Wijnaldum now, gets his head up, cross to the far post. Oh, Malin was waiting there for a tap in. Depay does well, brings it down. Netherlands work it out, right hand side again, little 1-2 on the edge of the box. Again, well defended by North Macedonia. It looks like the Dutch are starting to turn the screw a little bit here, folks. Up the tempo. Why is it whenever I say to myself, up the tempo, my brain goes, go on Craig, go on Sing, push the tempo, push the tempo, push the tempo. Every time. Every time. North Macedonia try a switch left hand side, but Alioski can't keep it in. The ball goes out for another Dutch throw in. Craig, you're a legend from United fan. Love your videos. Thank you, Mason Reed. Much appreciated, dude. McGregor to beat Poirier. Honestly, don't know. I'm just a casual UFC fan, and I've seen the first and the second fight. But McGregor, he needs to be better, because Poirier certainly improved as the years have gone on. So I don't know what way to call that. I wouldn't be brave enough to make a prediction. Again, it just feels like the Dutch are really starting to get into a rhythm here, and they do just need a point to top the group as well. It's coming home, lads, said Dexter Little. We enjoy your chat, reading the comments. Please focus on the game, please. I'm trying to do a little bit of both, mate. Normally I'm just doing one game and it makes it much easier for me to concentrate on the game, but North Macedonia on the attack here now. They move the ball into Alioski in the left channel. Alioski doing what he does so well for Leeds here, breaking forward, but the ball is cleared, mopped up by Daley Blind, and the Netherlands look to mount their own attack. Ball up the line, but it's intercepted again by North Macedonia, who keep it in play. Yep, they do. We carry on. Ball in, little 1-2 flick, strike from distance. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, inside of the post, rattled. Great strike that. Good bit of play by North Macedonia down that left-hand side. And a little 1-2 of Pandev. Strikes the first time. Keeper's beaten, all ends up, and it comes out off the inside of the post. Ooh, that was some strike, that, ladies and gents. Craig, I think we'd all love it if you stuck to this channel. We love you. Let's just wait and see what happens, Oliver, man. You know, you never know what the future holds. But yeah, wow. The baldometer was nearly in the mud there, folks, but the Netherlands survive and they carry the ball forward now. Looking for Malin in the left channel, but Macedonia get there first and nick the ball back. They move it into the right channel. You can't but admire the way North Macedonia go about their game, by the way. Alioski heads it forward. Netherlands mop that up at the back. Brought down, that'll be a free kick. Dumfries was fouled there by Alioski. Austria have scored, ladies and gents, 1-0 to Austria in that game. Let me just update the scoreboards. Thank you for the updates, ladies and gentlemen. Austria have scored, so let me just change that one. We'll flick over and have a little look at that one. 1 second. We'll change over here and have a look. Austria indeed 1-0 up. Ukraine in a little bit of trouble. Let's have a look at the group table now. So Netherlands sitting top. Austria currently in second place. Ukraine in third. Austria 1-0 up. We'll concentrate on this game for a few minutes. Baumgartner, a man who has impressed many people so far in this tournament, has scored to give Austria the lead. So Baumgartner makes it 1-0 to Austria against the Ukraine. You're doing amazing, Solo. Look at the Arsenal fan here. Thank you, Mason. Yeah, that's there you go. First goal of the day. Austria 1, Ukraine 0. Still North Macedonia 0, Netherlands 0. And we'll switch over and concentrate on this game for a while, because this is the one where the real focus is on for second place in the group. So if you're looking to switch over, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in Ireland, I'm watching this on RTE. I'm sure it's on one of the ITV channels as well. Alaba assist for the goal as well. Thank you for that, mate. Really appreciate it. Here we go. What have Ukraine got in response? From a corner. Nice. I didn't get to see it actually, but appreciate that. Yeah, Alaba with the assist, which would have been right from the corner, mate, as you said. So there you go. Craig, do impressions. I'm not really good at impressions, to be honest, but here we go again. Austria trying to move the ball forward, but it's intercepted by Ukraine, but immediately turned back over by the Austrians. Now they go on the attack. Alaba runs into the left channel, puts in the early cross, ricochets and goes behind for another corner to Austria. What channel can you watch the match in HD in Ireland? Keep it up. I'm watching this on RTE, so that's RTE HD, and then I was watching the other game on ITV HD, which is in your extra channels, your manual tuning. Goal, Holland. God almighty, this is moving quick. We go back. We change over. Go back to Holland. Here we go. I feel like Fabrizio. Let's go back to the Holland game. This is moving along quickly, ladies and gentlemen. The remote control just can't go quick enough. Here we go. Ball inside. Memphis Depay makes it 1-0 to the Dutch. Memphis Depay. He was speaking with his manager during the week saying that he thinks there's more to come. Well, he's just put the Dutch 1-0 up. Memphis Depay with the opener for the Dutch. His second goal of the tournament. The first one came from the penalty spot. This will just basically confirm the Netherlands at the top of the group. And yeah, there you go, 1-0. We switch over, we switch right back. 1-0 in both games. Austria 1-0 up against Ukraine, and the Netherlands 1-0 up against North Macedonia. VAR check, yeah, there will be a VAR check, as in all games, but looks like it's okay so far. But I will keep on this one till we get a definitive answer. We're back on the way. Goal stands 1-0 to the Netherlands. Now we'll swap back over again to the Ukraine Austria game, because that's the one where there's really more at stake here. Let's be honest. This is the game really for second place in the group. It looks like the Netherlands are going to top the group, and it's still 1-0 to Austria as they win the ball back and try to counter-attack at pace. I love direct running like that. There was enough Ukrainian defenders back though. Now Ukraine have the ball and they try to counter-attack. I'm really good Bandit gaming, but struggling to keep up to date with 2 games at once. First time in my life I've ever had to do this one. Do you have a fantasy team? I don't know. I didn't do a fantasy team for the Euros because I'm terrible at it. What will we do at half time? Oh, we've loads of time to worry about that. Don't worry. We'll figure out the half time stuff a little bit later on, ladies and gents. So that's Memphis Depay with a goal for the Netherlands and Baumgartner with a goal for Austria, for those that are trying to keep up. Netherlands are guaranteed first with a loss. No, they're not. They need at least a point to guarantee them first place in the group, mate. Will Ukraine still go through? Let's look at the updated league table. So Netherlands top with 9 points. Austria in second place as things stand with 6. And Ukraine with 3 points but a -1 goal difference. And I don't know if that will be enough to put them through yet or not. Ball over the top again by the Austrians, but it's too close. Goes all the way through to the Ukrainian keeper. Ball down the right hand channel here for the Ukraine. I'm expecting more goals in this game. Ace said my country didn't even qualify. Nor did mine, sir. Nor did mine. The Netherlands goal wasn't disallowed, you lying piece of shit. I was already watching the game and seeing the referee carry on. Jeez, mate. Don't be that lad. Don't be the lad that tries to fool people, mate. It's not a good look. Plus, you do know I have a 65-inch television here in front of me that I can see the game on, right? Ukraine attack, but it's cleared there again by Austria. Nice little back heel, Austria. Have some defending to do here. Ukraine into the penalty area, ball in, headed away again by the Austrians. They scramble to keep it in play, but it goes out for a Ukrainian throw in left hand side. Again, Ukraine getting bodies forward now. Left hand side of the penalty area. Strike, keeper. Oh! I tell you what, keeper fumbled it and the Ukraine nearly had a tap in, but the forward was just a little bit late at the far post. Hope you and your family are doing well. We're doing really good. Thank you, Patrick. Or, excuse me, Pratik. Excuse me, my man. Doing really good, buddy. This isn't Mark. Who is this guy? I'm Santa Claus. Or the Easter Bunny. Could be the Tooth Fairy. Haven't quite decided yet. And if you do read the stream title, by the way, mate, it does say who I am. And it doesn't say Goldbridge. So this time it's shame on you, sir. Last time it was Airbad. This time it's down to you. As you can see there, the Austrian keeper palmed the ball out, but the Ukrainian player was coming in, almost had a tap in at the far post. Hang on a second, I just have to put him on the naughty list. Nothing for Christmas for you, sir. Nothing for Christmas for you. A bag of coal. Santa Claus in June or July or June. But you know, I have to fill the year somehow. Can't just be working in December, mate. You know, got to pay the bills. Santa has to be working all year round. So, you know, this is what we do. I've just seen the Austrian goal, by the way. It was a corner and then a nice little tap in. I mean, the marking was shocking. You got to say that. The marking was shocking. Keith Wood. Keith Woody. Although, yeah, I do look a bit like Keith Wood. That's a fair shout. Who do I think will win the Golden Boot? Lukaku will be my guess. But isn't what's his name leading that at the minute? Schick's leading at the minute with 3, isn't he? So we have here half hour in both games, folks. It is Austria 1, the Ukraine 0, and North Macedonia 0, the Netherlands 1. Baumgartner with the Austrian goal and Memphis Depay with the goal for the Dutch. Ball out left hand side. Here come the Ukraine again, getting bodies forward. Zinchenko. Referee's in the way, but he still manages to get the ball out left hand side. Cross into the box. It's over everybody, and Netherlands hook it away. Oh, Ronaldo scored 3 as well. Sorry. Yeah, so Ronaldo and Schick both on 3. So there you go. I mean, Ronaldo smashing records. He broke Platini's record, then broke it again, then broke it again. So yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, the highest goal scorer in the history of the Euros. But yeah, both level on 3 for this competition. Depay's got a shout as well, said Eddie. Well, he's got 2 now, mate. One from the spot and the one he scored today against North Macedonia. What have we got? Hi Craig, do you have any kids and what age are they? I do. I have a daughter who's 17 and I've got a son who's 9. The baldometer. God, which game are we on? If we're okay, we're on the Ukraine game, so I'd say the baldometer. It's difficult. I mean, it looks like it would be the Ukraine because they're pushing forward, but that does mean, of course, that Austria can catch them on the counter, and Austria are about to make a substitution here as well. So what is the baldometer saying? I fancy the Ukraine to get the goal. So the baldometer has gone 60-40 in favour of the Ukraine. What part of Dublin are you from? Originally, mate, I don't live there anymore, Johnny, but I grew up in Shankill, which, as I'm sure you know, is South Dublin. Which team has disappointed you the most? It's got to be Turkey, hasn't it? I mean, everybody that knows me knows I absolutely love the Turkish people. One of my favourite places to holiday, but yeah, it's yeah, they were very disappointing. Ukraine pushing forward again, but there are the Austrians very solid at the back, moving the ball out left hand side. They've got a couple of bodies forward here if they can move it quickly. Space on the right, they find it. Bit of a heavy first touch there. Austria forced to turn back. Spain have been very disappointing as well, actually. That's quite a good shout by Spider-One. Spain have been quite disappointing. Austria again in possession here, taking no chances. They've got the goal, so they're just about keeping it tight at the minute. Ball to the lines. Alaba has it now, left hand side. Tries to switch across. Goes all the way out though. It'll be a throw into the Ukraine far side of the pitch. Why is Mark not here? Because it was time for an upgrade, mate. So they brought in the A team. Woo! Yeah, he just needs a rest, mate. He can't do everything. He's a busy dude. Plus, you better get used to seeing my bald white Malteser looking head on here. What channel is this on in the Republic of Ireland? RTE2, mate. RTE2, and the RTE News are showing the Dutch game. Alaba, again, good control. Ball down the line. Again, it's overhit though. Ukraine get back and cover it. Who do I fancy to win the Euros? I've said this from the first game, even after they were disappointing and they, were much better in the second. But you can never count out the Germans. The Dutch and the Italians look like teams that know what they're about and maybe are better than the sum of their parts. So you can't write them off. And then of course you've got France. And if England can find a bit more attacking flair, but I would say they're the teams that I think are probably more likely. Will I ever play FIFA? Probably not, to be honest. I'm not a gamer at all. Ball into the right channel. Austria pulled it across. Strike! Blocked. If I had to be an animal, what animal would I be? A chimp. A chimp. Definitely. Love swinging around from trees, throwing my feces at people. Lots of fun being a chimp. So let's go with a chimp. Plus, my wife won't let me have a pet monkey. I've asked her to have a helper monkey loads of times, but she's not having it. I don't know why. You'd think she'd let me have a monkey, wouldn't you? Little spider monkey rolling around the gaff. Get the remote control there, fella, will you? Go out to the fridge there, get us a can of Coke, spider monkey. Keep up the amazing work. Lots of respect for you. Thank you, Scott. Much appreciated. Alaba, little clip to the back post. It's headed back in by Arnautovic, but it is cleared again by the Ukraine, who just hooked the ball away. Koeman wants VVD at Barca. He can keep wanting. Why would he downgrade and go to Barcelona, mate? He's already at Liverpool. I'm a Barca fan, by the way, as well. Barca are in a bad way. Ball in, out comes the Ukrainian keeper. Good hands from him, rolls it out, and Ukraine look to start the counter with Zinchenko. He moves the ball out right hand side, overhit though, and it goes out for a throw. Can we watch a match? Not on here, mate. No, we'd be done for copyright if we showed any of the games. Craig, you're a YouTube legend. I'm not, mate. I'm just a normal dude. I'm just a normal dude who's having a bit of a good time at the minute. That's all. Right, the referee's blown his whistle here for some reason. Hang on, let's just keep up to date with what's going on. 1-0 in both games still. Heard I missed both goals. This is what happens when Goldbridge has me doing 2 games at once. Do you know what I mean? Oh, strike! Oh, I think the keeper made a bit of a meal of that. Austria cut inside onto the right boo. Not the whole country, like. Onto the right boo. Had a strike. The Ukrainian keeper, that was one for the cameras, to be honest. Like, probably should have been doing... You know, I'm old school. I think he should have been catching that. But Lamer cuts inside. What is he at? What is this new fad with goalkeepers punching shots? Get your 2 pounds behind it and push it wide, mate. If you punch it, there's a good chance it skins off your knuckles and goes in. I don't like keepers punching shots away. Jens said Kate and her dad are fishing, already got 6 or 7. Nice one, congratulations. Referee's having a word here again. A bit of argy-bargy inside the penalty area here. Corner to Austria out on the right hand side. Do I rate Zinchenko? Yes, I do. I think he's a fine young footballer. Ball in, too close to the keeper again. I tell you what, this Ukrainian keeper does not inspire me with confidence. They tried to counter, but they ran out of pitch. And it'll be a throw into Austria. Any bets on? No. No, I needed to keep focus on the game, so I didn't stick that on. Thoughts on head-to-head being used instead of goal difference? Means Netherlands are guaranteed top already. I didn't really give it much thought, to be honest with you. I think... I don't know how I feel about it now that you mention it. Head-to-head instead of goal difference. I don't think that's right, actually. I think goal difference should be the thing that's more important. Although I'm sure that they've figured it out one way that it is more likely to see games with more goals one way or the other. Because that's what we want, really, as fans. We want more goals. Alaba now has it left-hand side for Austria. I don't play FIFA, mate. No, I don't. I don't play any games at all. Any spare time I have, I'm usually listening to podcasts or watching stand-up comedy. Very impressive stuff from Austria, I have to say. They certainly... I probably didn't give them enough credit going into this tournament. They're very efficient. It's goal difference, somebody else saying. See, now I'm confused. I honestly don't know whether it's goal difference or whether it's head-to-head. I haven't been keeping a reading up on the rules here of the Euros as to which one's going to be used to differentiate the group stages. Favourite comedian, Kevin Bridges. 100% Kevin Bridges. Austria try a ball over the top, but the runner wasn't there and it goes all the way through. Will the... Nah, it goes out for a goal kick. Mortal Kombat, Roy Keane or Patrick Vieira? Roy Keane every day of the week. Every day of the week. Favourite ice cream flavour? Pistachio. Goal kick to the Ukraine. Still 1-1, which means that the group table currently looks like this. The Netherlands top the group, and then we've got Austria in second, Ukraine in third, and North Macedonia sitting at the foot of the table. Austria sitting back, allowing Ukraine onto them. They move the ball right hand side. Good work. Ukraine still have over... They have a runner here if they need him. Nope, haven't used them, and Austria win it back. Alaba, he goes up the line. Ukraine have enough bodies back though. If they switch it left side here, there's a bit of space, you know. So as things stand, it'll be the Netherlands and Austria that are guaranteed a place in the last 16. And Ukraine would have to sweat it out, but the game is not over yet. Ukraine knocking the ball around nicely here. Zinchenko moves it out left hand side. Again, they've got space to get a cross in. Cuts back though. Takes a bit of the momentum out of the attack. Good tackle by Lamer. Ball goes out there. It'll be a throw in to the Ukraine out near the corner flag left hand side. Who's my favourite Irish comedian? Who would be my favourite of the Irish comedians? Dylan Moran. Yeah, I'll go with Dylan Moran. And not my doppelganger, Dara O'Brien, who's also brilliant. But yeah, I like Dylan Moran. Ball out right hand side by Austria. Oh, they've got a bit of space here. Aronautovic is through the centre. If he can get his head up, play it through. Aronautovic. Oh, he shit the bed. He has pooped the bed. Where's the poop? It's in your bed. That was a beautiful attack. That was just awful from Aronautovic. Austria did everything well. Played the ball into the channel right hand side. The timing of the ball was perfect. Aronautovic, he tries to open up his body and use his left foot, and it was awful. It was, honestly folks, it was a good 4 or 5 yards wide. Shocking. Shocking there from Marko Aronautovic. Should have been 2-0 to Austria. Oh, how did he miss that, folks? Oh my days, that was awful. Who said? Nobody said Aronautovic. I said Aronautovic. Marko Aronautovic. Surely you know who Aronautovic is. Timo Aronautovic. How bad is it for poor Timo Werner now that he has been used as the benchmark for missing sitters? Like, I do feel bad for the lad. The Werner syndrome. Oh, poor Timo. Tommy Tiernan, he was better when he was on drugs. I won't lie to you. I think since he's gone sober, he's not as funny. Although he's a very good talk show host, an excellent talk show host. Aronautovic there, look, he's strutting around the place, mate. You've got grass in your eyebrow. I mean, get it off. Favourite type of eggs? Well, clearly I don't eat eggs. I'm not a cannibal. Silly question. Bit of clash of heads here. Aronautovic down. There's a chance for you to brush the grass off your eyebrow here, fella. He's gone down to the ground. Obviously the referee's just making sure he's okay. You can't be too careful with a clash of heads. Dave Chappelle or Kevin Hart? Dave Chappelle every day of the week. Dave Chappelle is the GOAT. Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, to me, the absolute GOATs of comedy. Oh, I love Mickey Flanagan. Yeah, been to see Mickey Flanagan a few times, Declan. Yeah, Mickey Flanagan is just a legend. Yeah, I'd love to go for a pint with Mickey Flanagan. Even though I don't drink, I'd still love to go for a pint with him. He's brilliant. Brilliant. And he never lets you down. Another great comedian that I like to go and see is Reginald D. Hunter. He's brilliant as well. Craig is a nice, lovely lard. Mwahaha, Steve, you're so funny, mate. Mwahaha. Craig's a lovely lard. Mwahaha. Don't make you put you across my knee, sir. I will do it, you know. I've been known to spank people before. I'm sure you've seen Pulp Fiction. Ukraine on the attack now. Oh, here we go. Chance before half time. They've been forced wide though, and then it goes behind for a goal kick. So we gave it a big build up and nothing came of it. Where's Goldbridge today? I think he's going to be on at 8 o'clock, Jack. He's doing the 8 o'clock games, mate. We're going to be doing a game together, I think, on Wednesday as well, which should be loads of fun. George Carlin, excellent as well. Good shout that, OG, OME. George Carlin again. These are pioneers in comedy. I mean, you guys are very knowledgeable. Well played. Ukraine, give it away. Austria have it. Looks like we're heading for half time here. We've got 3 minutes of additional time in this game. to bring us through towards half time, and it's looking like we'll be going in at the break in both games with a 1-0 scoreline. Where is your hair on these big Irish nuts? Thank you, sir. Cork for capital of Ireland. Nah, it's the fillet of Munster, mate, but Dublin's the capital. No matter how much Corkonians want it to be. Oh, why'd you let that bounce? Austria have a good chance. He turns inside. Strike! Arnautovic has shit the bed again. Arnautovic has shit the bed. Shits the bed. Shits the bed. Arnautovic shits the bed. He's missed another sitter. Oh, he's having a mare here. Best female comedian. I like Nina Conti, which is a bit of an old school one. Oh, here we go. Another chance for Austria. Nah, they've blazed it over the bar. Why don't I drink? I get really bad hangovers. A lot of people think it's because my parents were had issues with drink, but it's because I get bad hangovers, so I don't like having 2-day hangovers. Do I watch Countdown? Of course. Who doesn't love a bit of Countdown? Right, we are just about heading towards half time of this game. It is half time in the North Macedonia Netherlands game, where it is 1-0 to the Dutch, with Memphis Depay with that goal. We have about 30 seconds or so left of stoppage time at the end of the first half here, where it remains Ukraine 1, Austria 1. We'll have loads to talk about at half time, folks. Get your topics ready. Transfers, I think, is the big topic that I'd like to talk about at half time, particularly with the bid going in for Harry Kane. Corner here for the Ukraine right at the end of the first half. Last chance to get a ball in and attack the Austrian goal before half time. We've had the 3 minutes. This should be the last action of the first half. In comes the cross. Awful. Doesn't even beat the near man. Referee puts the whistle to his lips. That's the end of the first half, ladies and gentlemen. Both games go in at half time with a 1-0 scoreline. Ukraine are behind against Austria. Baumgartner with that goal. And as I said, North Macedonia 0, Netherlands 1. Memphis Depay with that goal. But Marko Arnautovic should have had at least 1, possibly 2 in this one. What's your favourite podcast? Joe Rogan and The Happy Hour. Both of them. The only 2 I really listen to these days. I always like the Magic Sponge podcast as well. I thought that was an excellent podcast. Sexiest bald man I've ever seen. Well, thank you, Cameron. I mean, I'm not. I mean, The Rock takes that one, surely, hands down. Half-time refreshments. For me, it's just a bottle of water, mate. I'm very boring, me. Who do you think needs a striker more, Chelsea or City? You know, you could make an argument for neither of them, because Ferran Torres is there, Gabriel Jesus is there. Maybe I'm just trying to live in beautiful denial, because the thoughts of Manchester City going out and getting maybe Grealish and Harry Kane, that's a worrying prospect for all of us. You know, for whether you're a Liverpool fan, a United fan, a Chelsea fan, that's a worrying prospect. Can you imagine Manchester City going into the new season with what they have and then adding in Jack Grealish and Sir Harold of Tottenham? It's a worrying prospect. And we do know today earlier on that £100 million apparently take it or leave it offer went into Spurs from Manchester City, and there are a few players that are available if they want to make them part of the deal. Sterling, I think it was Bernardo Silva, and Gabriel Jesus. That's scary for Europe and not just England, said Samson. Absolutely, mate. I hope Kane goes abroad. The only way, Jasper, I can see that perhaps happening is if, let's say, for an example, Paris Saint-Germain can't keep Kylian Mbappe, and Kylian Mbappe goes wherever he goes. Maybe then Mauricio Pochettino will go, okay, well, Harry Kane, I know him, I've worked with him, I know I can get the best out of him, maybe then that's the only way I can really see it happening, because outside of that I don't think anybody can afford him at the minute outside of England. Do I think the Glazers will spend big this summer? Said Jens. And again, thank you for the super chat, mate. Right, so on this one, obviously I'm not as clued up about United as you guys would be, many of you guys being United fans, but it does seem odd to me as a neutral in this scenario that you're the only club in for Jadon Sancho, and yet again it seems to be taking longer than it should. Now I think you'll get Jadon Sancho, so therein yes you'll spend big, because that will cost what, 80, 85 million, maybe 90 with add-ons. So I'm a little, I don't say I'd be concerned, but I'd be asking questions about why on earth it's taking so long. Somebody said setup looks weird. It's the exact same setup as every other setup, mate, so I don't know what to say to you. Sterling won't go to Spurs. They wouldn't pay him the wages either, Tom. That's the thing, like Sterling's on what, 350 grand a week, so yeah, there's no way Spurs are going to pay him that much. So it would take a big chunk of change, maybe a big payoff for Manchester City and he won't do it. You're right, I don't think he'd do it either. Craig Hunnis a thought to Tom A. Gamot Liam. We're honestly like a snail at transfers, big or small, said Ryan Smith. It does look weird, because a lot of the legwork for Sancho was done last year, you know. Couldn't get it over the line that time, fair enough, but everybody thought, well, we know he's going to move this summer. United look like they're odds-on favourites to sign Sancho, and yet it's still being dragged out. And it's not my place to say, because I don't know the inner workings of the United board, but it does look like they're making a bit of a meal out of it. Is Ty the ultimate meme? I mean, I don't speak about other people, mate. I you know, it's not my place to talk about other people. I do my own thing, and yeah, I'll take the piss out of Goldbridge, but I don't know Ty, so it's not. I won't talk about people I don't know, mate. I'm not someone that, you know, looks for beef or anything. I like just to do my own thing, so I won't comment on other people's stuff, mate. That's not for me to do. Would Kante go to Chelsea? Sorry, I read that as Kante. You did, of course, say Kane. I've not seen any interest. Now, they want Haaland by the looks of it, which again is another frightening prospect. If you look at the talent that Chelsea have, and Thomas Tuchel there as manager, you add in the likes of Haaland on top of that, and it is worrying. And they're also being linked to Hakimi from Inter Milan as well. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like City and Chelsea will spend big again. From my club, Liverpool's perspective, it looks like we'll be in and around the 30 to 40 million pound bracket for a player or two. We've already got Konate in from United's perspective. I know you're looking at a centre back. I think Varane high on the shopping list. I think he's turned down a 2-year deal at Real Madrid. So then if you get Varane in, good signing. Then you're also looking, of course, to get Jadon Sancho in. But what else? Any United fans there? Where else do you think you may need to strengthen? Opinions on Mark's hairline. Who am I to cast shade on anybody's hair? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's up, Baldy? You on the smokes? I know you're trying to sound hip and cool there, Luke, but you're just a bit of a... Do you like to taste the glass, Luke? I mean, you strike me as the type of fella who's licked a few windows in your day, mate. I mean, be honest. Are you? Are you? You are. You are, mate. Tell the truth. You do like to lick an L window, don't you, every now and again? A lot of people saying CDM. You mean you don't, Ray Fred? Pretends to be shocked. Yeah, I know, again, I don't mean to brag, but I know that you guys wanted Fabinho, and we got him, so nah. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. I was shocked that you bought Fred, I'll be really honest. So you say CDM, any particular names come to spring to mind who could be, you know, a realistic option for United? You should be a comedian. It is my dream to do stand-up comedy, but I just don't think I'm good enough, or will be good enough, or I don't think that I could do anything planned. Everything has to be off the cuff with me. But yeah, Basuma, good player, definitely take him at Liverpool. Rice, another good show, but would cost a lot of money. Ndidi, have you not learned your lesson about going to Leicester to buy players? You pay top dollar if you go to Leicester. Basuma's a good show. Neves. Now, I have heard that Neves could be available this summer, by the way. Obviously, with Nuno leaving, George Mendes is very well wrapped up in the whole Wolves system. George Mendes obviously owns the Gestifute agency, which is where we got Diogo Jota from at Liverpool, and Fabinho. And I think he represents Ruben Neves as well. I'm almost certain he does. So yeah, Neves would be a good shout, actually. And I think Neves would probably be the most reasonably priced of those that you've mentioned in the chat. Oh, dude, you're not going to get Billy Gilmore, mate. There's not a hope Chelsea will sell Billy Gilmore. Declan Rice would probably, yeah, again, but I'd say he might cost a pretty penny from West Ham. And to me, as obviously an outsider in this, I always look at when I'm talking about Liverpool transfers and players that are in the Premier League, I always try and compare to the value that you may get in Europe. And I know that the gamble there is that they might not settle into the Premier League. I mean, for us, look at Naby Keita. Hasn't worked out so far the way any of us Liverpool fans had hoped for, and it was a pretty penny. So sometimes you can get that good value in Europe, but sometimes maybe it is worth paying the premium to get yourself a proven Premier League player. Locatelli, some people are saying. Zakaria, a few more are saying. Why don't City just swoop Haaland away from Chelsea when Kane is always injured? I have to say, I'm a bit shocked at this as well. If I was Manchester City, Haaland would be the play. It would. You know, you even have his father who played at Manchester City. So if I was City, yeah, I agree. I think Haaland should be the play and not Harry Kane, because not only does Haaland have age on his side, as you said, Kane does pick up injuries at often important times of the season. But maybe it's their play to try and guarantee themselves a Champions League, because let's be honest, that's what they want more than anything else. That's what the owners want. They somehow feel that, I think, a Champions League will give them more credence or more acceptance as a big club, which it won't. None of us will ever recognise them as a big club, but I don't know. I think that's just the play, if you're asking my opinion. Greenwood or Saka? It's so hard and unfair, I think, to compare really good young players like that. They're their own players. They're both excellent. Greenwood has a big future ahead of him. I really like Saka as well. So I wouldn't compare them. I'd just say just let them both be and enjoy them both when they play the games. Although what I will say is poor old Saka has to stay at Arsenal at the minute, doesn't he? And not looking great. It's not looking great. Would I take Adama Traore? No, and here's why. So Adama Traore is a great player, no doubt in that. You've probably noticed when Adama Traore plays that he puts oil on his arms and stuff. Now, I always thought that was just to stop him being grabbed when he was on full flow and he was running. But the truth of the matter is, it's partially because of that, and partially because he's had about 6 dislocated right shoulder. I think it's his right shoulder. About 6 dislocated shoulders, 2 of them over the past year alone. So that's a problem, and that's something that you have to take into consideration when you're talking about the likes of Adama Traore. Personally, I prefer Alan Saint-Maximin from Newcastle. A bit more, I think he's a bit more rounded, well-rounded than Adama Traore, who does have the shoulder issue, as I said. Ollie or Southgate? I just... What else? At least Ollie has an excuse. So he's finding his way as a manager. But Southgate is the most dull manager I've seen. And Gary Neville is so far up Southgate's backside that he probably can't even hear us. Just refuses to criticise him in any way, shape or form. And I like Gary Neville as a pundit. I think he's one of the better pundits. But I don't get his love in with Gareth Southgate. I just don't. The other night when England didn't play well, he said, it's not the tactics, it's not the team selection. It kind of is though, Gary. It kind of is, mate. How was Grealish not there? How was Jadon Sancho not seeing a goddamn minute of football after the season he had in the Bundesliga? When you've got all that wealth of attacking talent, and yet you're still playing with 2 holding midfielders, and you're just not letting the reins off. Look at the list of players Southgate has. Foden, Sancho, Sterling, Kane, Grealish, Mount, it's Saka. It's ridiculous. And yet he still plays this horrible, rigid system based around not losing rather than going to win. That's my take on it from an outside perspective. Ollie, as much as I'm not his fan, football is better. Look, I wouldn't be Ollie's biggest fan. Obviously, he's a Liverpool fan. But I agree. I would much rather watch an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team take the pitch than a Gareth Southgate team, because I'd be bored. I'd fall asleep. I'd fall asleep watching a Southgate team. Thoughts on Robin Gosens? Very impressed by him for Germany the other night. I mean, he got his goal, but he had a couple more chances on top of that as well. What club is he from? I don't know off the top of my head who Gosens plays for. Rashford, Calvert-Lewin, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's ridiculous. The amount of attacking talent that at that man's disposal, and he's doing. It must be frustrating if you're English. That's all I'm saying. He's at Atalanta. Yeah, well, under Gasperini, he's working with a very good manager. Gasperini is somebody who likes his players to get forward, likes them to attack. And as you guys know, didn't you guys sign a youngster from Atalanta recently enough over the last season as well? His name escapes me at the minute, but yeah, Gasperini is a good manager, and I like the way Atalanta play football. Usually you're getting a very open game when they're playing. Even though you like Liverpool, still a great YouTuber and have a lot of knowledge about football. Thank you. I've been involved in football since I was 7 years of age. I'm 39 now. You know, I'm not saying I'm super knowledgeable, but I watch a lot of it. Like, I watched these games today at 5 and 8. Then I watched the Copa America at 10 and 1. So yeah, I do watch a lot of football. I do. Diallo, yes, of course, Amad Diallo, who I think will be an excellent signing, by the way, for you guys. What I would say is to the United fans, don't put too much pressure on the kid. I say this about Harvey Elliott at Liverpool as well. Give the lads time. We're about to get underway here in the second half. Sometimes it takes younger players longer than others to come through. There's often peaks and troughs with younger players as well. They'll burst onto the scene, they'll do really well. And that's one thing that Sir Alex Ferguson was a master of. It was, you know, guiding younger players through, keeping them out of the limelight, not putting too much pressure on them. And I think it's really important in the development of young players that they're brought in and out, in and out, in and out. Brought in, do well, bring them back out, tell them what they've done, you know, debrief them to some extent, and not put too much pressure on them. You look 25. Thank you, mate. No way you're 39. I am, yeah. I turned 40 in September. My wife turns 40 on Friday. Which luckily there's no games on a Friday, so I get to spoil her. I am 39, I promise you. I mean, I'd hardly be making up that I'm older. Right, second half is about to get underway, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we'll try and keep across both games, but here we go. Second half's underway. Ukraine launched the ball out like wide right hand side. This is really the game that's most important, I think, in the group, because this is where the second place is going to be decided. If you're from Dublin, why do you support Liverpool? Are you one of them, mate? Are you one of them support your local merchants? Honestly, I don't even want to spend time answering your question, mate. It's people like you just need to wake up, mate, honestly. Alright, here's my answer to you, dickhead. You say you're basically building up to support your local, right? Do you only listen to Irish bands? Do you only watch Irish films? Do you only eat Irish food? Do you only wear Irish clothes? Do you only use Irish products? Of course you don't, because you enjoy eclectic stuff. I enjoy football from all around the world. Doesn't mean I don't have a club in Dublin that I like, just means that I watch Liverpool more. Surely you understand that. Your argument is based on no argument whatsoever. It's an idiotic thing to say. And I've answered this question on my own channel about 500 times. So I bet you're just a hypocrite, aren't you? Because, you know, you just want to poke fun at people. But I'm right. You don't just watch Irish music or listen to Irish music, or watch Irish films or television. Do you speak Irish fluently? Because you answered the question. Why don't you speak Irish fluently, mate? Huh? You're Irish. Why are you speaking English? Do you know what I mean? You've got nothing, mate. You've got nothing. Don't come up against the king. You're not quick enough, smart enough, or clever enough. Ooh. Anyway, we're back underway. Back to normality. I've whooped out Excalibur, mate, and you've been Excalibured. Austria, down the right hand channel, nobody home. Am I younger than Goldbridge? I believe I am, but I actually don't know how old he is. I think I know how old he is. I think I do, but He won't admit it. Support your local. I do, mate. I support all the birds around my area. Do you know what I mean? They call me Mr. Bombastic. Support your local. Mate, go away, you sad little twat. Man's here watching an Irish YouTuber saying support your local, watching European games. I mean, you couldn't make it up, like. Ukraine on the attack, left hand side again. Oh, bit of a collision in the box there, bit of a coming together. Yeah, 42s are in the chat. That's the age I thought he was as well. In which case, I'm only a wee young sprog. Don't get angry, babe. Babe? Babe? Okay. Craig, do you watch the US men's national team? What do you think of Pulisic, McKennie and Reina? McKennie I'm kind of on the fence on. I was watching him at Juve and he's a bit meh. Pulisic I love, and Gio Reyna is somebody that Jurgen Klopp has been keeping an eye on at Borussia Dortmund. So I won't lie to you, Peter, I'm still annoyed that Liverpool didn't sign Christian Pulisic. Now there's a break and play here, which is what I'm talking away, folks. Austrian player down injured. But Gio Reyna looks a real talent at Dortmund, I have to say. Don't get angry, babe. That one really got me. Babe, my own wife doesn't even call me that. Would I ever visit Canada? Oh, I've been to Canada. My wife has family that live in Mississauga, mate. So we've been over to the Toronto area before. Beautiful place. Craig, what do you use for your head? Shampoo? No, Lynx Africa, like any self-respecting man should. I mean, if you're not using Lynx Africa, I mean, you're missing out. Do you know what I mean? And if you didn't get a Lynx Africa set on Father's Day, my sympathies for you. This is I know the other game's on the way. We will keep you up to date with what's going on there. Somebody's saying Delit almost scored, but this is the one that's going to decide second place in the group. So we'll keep our primary focus on the Ukraine-Austria game. Who cuts your hair? You're looking good. I do, with a razor from Lidl, mate. Do you know what I mean? And then of course I have the Manscaped set for the old Lee Roadie down below. And in honesty, my missus nicked my Manscaped set. Ball goes out, throw into Austria. Where's Mark? Does anybody want to tell him where Mark is? I'll leave that to the chat. The chat knows what's up. Now, I'd like to point out as well to the chat that are going to answer where Mark is. You do know by answering this question you are all now accomplices in the kidnapping of Mark Goldbridge. So, you know, it's not just me. 2-0 to Holland. Genie scored. Let's get back over to that game. So, let's switch it across and have a little look at the Genie Wijnaldum goal. North Macedonia caught in possession. Ball played through the lines. Rolled across the front of the 6-yard box, and there is Genie Wijnaldum. Genie makes it 2-0 to the Netherlands in that game. Memphis Depay with the assist for anyone who has a fantasy team. Genie giving it this, and it's 2-0 to the Netherlands. That's game, set and match in that game. Memphis Depay with the assist. Genie Wijnaldum with the goal. So that game's been put to bed, but we'll change the score just to make sure. There you go. So the Netherlands will be top in this group. Now we can keep a primary focus on this game, because this will be the one that decides who gets second place. What electricity team do you follow? Shelburne. Shelburne, mate. I grew up really close to Bray Wanderers, and I played in the Carlisle grounds a few times in some cup finals and that. But yeah, Shelburne. A lot of my family will be Shelburne fans. Great to see that Daily Mount's being revamped. And that it'll be shared between Shelburne and Bowes, obviously. Thoughts on Liverpool being the worst champions in England? Well, firstly, you idiot, you don't even have that factually correct. But You know, my job isn't here to tell you the facts, mate. My job is here to just tell you that you're an idiot, and you are indeed an idiot, sir. So firstly, as I said, you're factually incorrect. So, nah. Can I be your father? Yep, send the adoption papers down, we'll get them sorted out, mate, no problem. The more the merrier. Right, Austria now on the attack right hand side. Remember, Arnautovic missed a couple of sitters there in the first half to really kill this game off. Don't make me go get the European Cup, mate, because there's one sitting over there that I can just go and grab and just pull. Now, I know Liverpool have 6 of them. I know. You probably can. You can count yours off. Imagine being able to count European Cups on one hand. Oh, the shame! The shame! Oh, not for us, mate. It takes 2 hands for us big boys to count the European Cups. Can I grow a beard? Unfortunately, I can't. Honestly, I really can't. I'd have a full-on beard if I could grow a beard, but I can't. What NFL team do I support? The Packers. Right, here we go. Free kick to Austria. David Alaba over it. Ball into the box. It's headed up. Second ball drops to Arnautovic. But oh, I tell you what. It was a tiddler across the front of the 6-yard box, but there was nobody there for a tap-in. Again, another half chance comes and goes for Austria. Ball in from Alaba. Ukrainian head gets there first. Arnautovic kind of scuffs his shot, and it tiddles across the front of the 6-yard box. Nobody was there to tap it in. I like you, Cut G. Love you too, man. Thank you, Imac. Count Prem trophies. Football wasn't invented in 1992, mate. I know a lot of you people like to make out like it was, but it wasn't invented in 1992. It did exist before that. Sync for Austria match. Clock's on the screen, mate. Clock's on the screen. It is exactly as the screen, but I'll call it out if you want. It's 53, 59, 60, so 54, 54, 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06. Ukraine fans bouncing up and down. You love to see it, even though they're losing. Who do I want Liverpool to go in for in this window? Thank you for the super chat, Sam. Look, I would have loved an Mbappe. I wouldn't have minded a Sancho, I won't lie to you. But realistically, somebody like Rafinha, Neto, we're strongly linked to Neuhaus. We're also linked to Basuma, although I don't think that's really the case. We were linked to Rodrigo de Paul, but he is of course going to Atletico for about 35 million euro. So yeah, I really don't know. It's just guessing games. Alaba with the throw in here for Austria. Again, ball out right hand side. Clock is 4 seconds ahead. No, it's not. Your telly is just slow, mate. Not my fault. You do know that there's a delay in YouTube as well, Princess, don't you? Not my fault that my broadband and TV is faster than yours, mate. So, I mean, get yourself better broadband. Ball into the box. Oh! It's headed away by Austria. What game is on the big screen? I've got Ukraine and Austria on because the Netherlands game is it's done and dusted. You know what I mean? They're going to top the group. This is this will sort out who finishes second in the group. Ukraine moving the ball around. They really need to push here though to get something from this game. I suppose you don't want to leave yourself too open either. I think as the clock ticks along, Ukraine will start taking more and more chances, and maybe that will leave even more gaps in behind then for Austria to exploit, or for Arnautovic to miss another 6 or 7. Ball across from Ukraine, well intercepted by Austria, who carry it forward. Again though, Ukraine get bodies in to win it back. Arnautovic has it back though for Austria. Alaba now, left hand side. He plays the ball down the line, carries his run forward. You think, I get a feeling that like one more goal for Austria and I can't see Ukraine getting back into this. I've never seen you smile. It's part of my Asperger's, mate. I have very few facial expressions, so I don't smile. I have to really laugh in order to, you know, smile. I don't, like, when I take pictures, I'm like this. That's my photo face. I'm not even joking with you. Thoughts on Stevie White? A great podcaster. I don't know what else you want me to say. I don't know the man personally. (3-0), another goal in that game. Oh, here we go. Let's switch it back over. Netherlands home and hose now. 3-0 in that game. Done and dusted. Gini Wijnaldum, I think, again with the goal. Here we go. Netherlands moving the ball out left hand side. Ball in, little flick in behind. Ricochets to Gini Wijnaldum. Depay with the shot. Keeper parries it, but he can only parry it back into the path of Gini Wijnaldum, who's there for the tap in. 3-0 to the Netherlands. They are very, very much top of this group and at a canter as well. So there we go. 3-0. Gini Wijnaldum on the double. Memphis Depay with the other one. And that game is dead. So we go back to the Ukraine game. But there you go. 3-0. Netherlands going to have 9 points out of 9 to top the group. Now it's just a matter of who finishes second and guarantees themselves a spot in the last 16. So far, it's advantage Austria. Craig, have you been to India? No, I haven't had the pleasure yet, mate. And I think you've asked me that a lot of times, if my memory's right. No, not yet. Craig, you make us smile. Top man. Thank you. As I said, I'm always really nervous when I'm coming on to do streams on here because it's not my platform. It's not my audience. It's not my channel. So, you know, you never know how people are going to take to you. And most worrying for me is I always worry if people will get my sense of humour, because I've got a really weird sense of humour. And what you're seeing here is only the tip of the iceberg, trust me. Over an Anfield Agenda, I really let loose because, you know, it's my channel. If that happens, it's my channel. So, you know, I'll suffer the consequences. But yeah, I have a very dark sense of humour. Super chat missed. No worries, mate. Let me grab this back up. Mason Mount and Ben Chilwell to self-isolate because they hugged Gilmore the other day, who tested positive. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll take you at your word, so thank you very much. Maybe this means we're guaranteed to see Grealish get a start then. I went back through the super chat, mate. I just read it out. Hasib, I mean, hop on, mate. That's just a stupid question to ask anybody. I like you, Craig. I'm a United fan. I can't watch Anfield Agenda. Why? Of course you can watch Anfield Agenda. I mean, the only thing stopping you is yourself. You know, we have fun over there, mate. We don't always just talk about football. But do come across up to Anfield Agenda. We recently just passed 110k. So, you know, show the love. Show the love over there, folks. And of course, make sure you hit the subscribe button as we're pushing That's Football towards the 500,000 mark. So do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and please do keep your comments coming. If you're nice, I'll let Mark out for the 8 o'clock games. I'll let him out of the basement. Thoughts on Indian foods? I don't really eat Indian food because, again, I'm a very bland, boring eater. I do like stuff out of the clay oven though, some chicken and stuff like that, and with some dry rub in the clay oven is nice. But other than that, I'm not very adventurous with my culinary exploits. Right, here we go. Free kick to the Ukraine. Good opportunity. Ball into the box. Oh, almost an own goal. Keeper's done well there. Ukraine player threw himself at it, didn't make contact, it then bounced off the Austrian player and forced the keeper into a very good save. Ooh, keeper palms it. Okay, maybe it wasn't a very good save, maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but still, keeper had to do his thing and he did, and it's gone behind for a Ukrainian corner left hand side. Do I like pot noodles? Nope. Is Anfield Agenda the biggest Liverpool channel? No, but it's the most popular and the most watched, from my belief. We were named the fastest growing fan channel in the world, by the way, by American Gambler magazine, percentage wise, which was a really, really big achievement for us. Obviously, when I say fastest growing, I don't mean we've got the most subscribers. I mean percentage year on year growth. We've grown 140% or something like that, which was cool. Oh, there was a bit of a sniff there for a penalty against Alaba. Ukraine shouting for it. It did bounce up off him. Referee had to think about it, but it's not nothing being given. If my memory's correct, has Alaba already given away one penalty in this tournament? It won't be another one, by the way. We are back. 17 attempts for Austria in this game, ladies and gentlemen. 4 on target to just 3 attempts from the Ukraine with just the 1 on target. You look like a barbecue man to me. You know me, Peter. You know me too well, mate. Who doesn't love a bit of barbecue, mate? United standards where it's at, mate. Anywhere I am is where it's at. Let's be honest. United standards great, of course it is. It's the gold standard of fan channels. But I'm very proud of our little channel Anfield Agenda, and we've worked hard in 3.5 years to build it up. When did you start Anfield Agenda? I think it was April or May 2018, I think. How do I feel about Ibrahim Kanade? Excellent piece of business. Of the 2 central defenders that were at Leipzig, Upamecano and Kanade, I genuinely feel we've got the better one. Opinion on Ward-Prowse, very underrated player, and I think he deserves a move away from Southampton. Although, to be fair, massively up this game since Ralph Hasenhüttl has come in there, taken on a leadership role as well. I think James Ward-Prowse is, you know, a fine player. I'm glad Mark invited you on here. I'd never voluntarily watch them on Anfield Agenda. I don't get that. I really don't. Like, I watch all different types of content from all different types of creators. I mean, we've got loads of United fans to come on, and I know there's loads of Liverpool fans to come across to watch the United stand. And what I will say is, if you do come across to our channel, I promise you one thing: you'll be shown respect by our chat, because they're a lovely, lovely bunch of people. I'm very fortunate to have the group of subscribers that we have. They're an amazing bunch, and they're always very welcoming to anyone that. So do pop in someday and say hello. 26 minutes to go in this one, ladies and gentlemen. It's still advantage Austria, but you know, anything can happen in football in a few minutes. Thoughts on Rafa to Everton? Apparently it's not happening, from what I've been told. Apparently the backlash from a few of the Everton fans has maybe put the kibosh on that one. Wijnaldum just equalled Marco van Basten's record with 24 goals for the Netherlands. Thank you for that, Leach96. I'm still really frustrated that Liverpool have let him go, by the way. I really, really am. Ukraine in possession now. They're their own corner flag. They launch it upfield. Ball up the line. Again, they've done well. Zinchenko, a little bit isolated, but he does win a throw in just inside the Austrian half right hand side. Who assisted Depay? I'll tell you that now, mate. 1 second. Malen, Daniel Malen with the assist for that one, mate. It's still North Macedonia 0, the Netherlands 3, and of course in this game Ukraine 0, Austria 1. But this is the one that's going to decide the runner up in the group. I was banned from your channel for no reason. That's not true. Nobody's banned from their channel for no reason, mate. I can tell you that for a fact. I don't ever ban anyone. It's the moderators that do it. But we have WhatsApp groups, and every time someone's banned, I need to know why. And I promise you, you either spammed the chat or you insulted somebody, but you weren't banned for no reason. That much I can guarantee you. Do you know how many times a day we hear that as YouTubers, by the way? Oh, I was done for no reason, and then we look back and find out why. I'm not saying you're a bad dude. I'm sure you're not. We should have renewed Wijnaldum's contract, absolutely. I mean, he just wanted 3 years. I don't understand why they wouldn't give him 3 years. He's 30 years of age. I think he's like James Milner in that he'll go on to play into his mid to late 30s minimum. Ukraine about to make a substitution, by the way, as they look to up the attacking threat here as they go in search of an equaliser. Bit of a ricochet goes through, but the Austrian keeper tries to keep it in. I don't think he did, but the linesman seems to... I think that went out. Anyway, it's given us a throw in to Ukraine right hand side as we head into the last quarter of this game, folks. Still Ukraine 0, Austria 1. How do I deal with hate comments? You know, sometimes like anybody else, mate, they affect me. And oh, ball over the top, keeper comes out with 2 fists and punches it when he should have caught it. Sometimes they get to me like anybody else. You've got some good days and bad days, but I'm very fortunate in that I have a psychologist that I work with and have been working with for years. I've seen a psychologist on and off for a long time, and I talk things through like anybody else. If I'm down, I talk to people about it. So yeah, it is what it is, mate. You just have to, it's part of what we do. Just had my vaccine. When did the superpowers kick in? I had my second one last Tuesday, Callum. So I think another week, and technically I think that I'm fully vaccinated then, because it's 2 weeks as far as I'm aware after the second dose of the Pfizer vaccine for all the antibodies to kick in properly. What county are you from? Kind of got two answers there, dude. First one, I was born and raised in Dublin, but I live in Wexford now. Change has been made by the Ukraine. Andrei Shevchenko brings on another attacking addition as they go in search of this equaliser here. I'm a Pfizer man myself. I like that, Peter. Well played. 1 sec. I'll get to that Lewandowski comment, mate, in 1 second. Austria are on the attack here, right hand side of the penalty area. Ball across left hand side. Alaba puts it into the far post. It's overhit and it goes behind for a goal kick. Veer said, "Hi Craig, love your content. Firstly, thank you. Is Lewandowski the best player in the world currently?" He's up there. What I always say when I'm asked this question is, to me, the fact that the Ballon d'Or was cancelled last year robbed Robert Lewandowski of that Ballon d'Or. He would have been a shoe-in for it. So he's definitely right up there, and he is one of the all-time greats without a shadow of a doubt. Who is my favourite pundit? That's a belter of a question, that. Who's my favourite pundit? I'm going to go Irish, and I'm going to stick with Richie Sadler. I like Richie Sadler's punditry on RTE. A lot of you guys won't know who that is. I also like Jake Humphries presenting on BT. I think Jake Humphries is very good. Pandev coming off to a guard of honour, and rightly so. I mean, what a career Goran Pandev has had. He is retiring, I believe, now, and he deserves all the admiration and respect he's had. He's had a great career, Goran Pandev. Fair play. International leading goal scorer for North Macedonia, and look, nothing but love for Pandev. Gotta love a bit of Goran Pandev. How do you think Gini will do at PSG? I think he'll do very well, Robert, because he's a very, very good player. We are almost at the 70-minute mark. What's a mark? Almost at the 70-minute mark here, folks, and it's still 1-0 to Austria. Surely there is another goal in this game, though, because you know Austria are okay. They've got the 1-goal lead, but Ukraine, they know a point. So if they get an equaliser here, they're most likely to get through, even if it is as a third place team. 4 points pretty much get you through, I'd say, in this tournament. Austria, though, have intercepted it in midfield and they break forward. Sabitzer pulls in. He has it now right hand side. Austria have gone back, though. They're moving the ball. Again, it's a slack pass and it goes out for a Ukrainian throw-in inside their own half left-hand side. PSG or Barcelona, who would you rather? Well, I'm a Barca fan, mate, so Barca, if you're asking me, but Barca are in a whole world of trouble right now. Referee's waving on the medical team. There's an injury here to the Austrian number 24. I'm not sure quite what happened, but he is down looking for some medical attention. Bows versus Rovers tonight, said Matthew. I mean, there you go. Which one are you? Are you a Bows or a Rovers fan, Matthew? So what does an Austria win mean? It means that Ukraine will be in third place with a -1 goal difference, and I don't know till the rest of the games are played how that works out. Craig, Sancho news. I think it's just at a point, Chris, where it's still United and Dortmund negotiating from what I know, and look, I wouldn't be keeping as close an eye on it as Mark would, so you know, probably best to ask Mark when he comes on for the games tonight. He'll certainly have more up-to-date information for you on Sancho than I would. Have I heard about the Kane bid? Said Pyro. I did, mate. Yeah, 100 million, take it or leave it offer with the possibility of some players included if Spurs were to want them, although I think, you know, the players would have to want it as well. So let's wait and see how that develops. Austria have made a change now as well as we go into the last 18 or so minutes plus additional time here. Still Ukraine trail by 1-0. That goal scored by Baumgartner after an assist from David Alaba from a corner. Favourite Irish team, Shelburne. Ball flicked on. Shuri Arnautovic is offside. Linesman eventually does raise the flag. He was definitely coming back from an offside position. Gutted for North Macedonia. Someone my leave, and I don't know why. I think we all love a bit of an underdog story, don't we? And I would have hoped they would have at least got a point on the board during the Euros. But it's still a great experience for them, and fair play. Full credit for qualifying. How are you, Craig, mum? It's a very strange comment, mate. But I'm fine. Thoughts on the Irish national team? Yeah, going through a bit of a rebuild process, mate, aren't we? At the minute, you know, I think Kenny's been dealt a bit of a tough hand there. A lot of people throwing abuse at him, but the calibre of players just isn't there at the minute, or at least the next generation is starting to come through. Thoughts on County Cork? It's fine. It's a beautiful place. Do I rate Gareth Southgate? No, not one bit. Not one bit. He's just too rigid. He seems like an overly coached coach, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I know. He's no personality either. He's just vanilla, isn't he, really? Who goes further, England or Wales? You know, your instinct is to say England, of course, better standard of players, but the way the English route there, you know, they could end up playing France, couldn't they? Or France or Germany or Portugal. So, you know, based off that, you just don't know, do you? Because Wales have got themselves through. I mean, fair play, but Wales probably have an easier route than England if they top their group. I mean, if England top their group. Obviously, we know the Welsh went through as runners-up. Austria snuffed out another attack, but the referee deems there was a foul there, so it will be Ukraine free kick, another opportunity to get the ball into the box. 15 minutes plus change to go here. Advantage Austria, and you wonder, will those missed opportunities from Arnautovic come back to haunt the Austrians? Craig, I only watch this for you, mate. Honestly, Curtis, you don't know how much that means, mate. Thank you. Right, here we go. Free kick. Austria holding the defensive line around their 18-yard box. Ball into the box. Players fall everywhere. Referee decides it's a free out. Out of curiosity, Craig, what's your best Liverpool 11 ever? Mate, I cannot answer that question in the middle of a co-commentary thing here. Sorry. I mean, that's a question I could make a video on, to be honest with you. And certainly, I wouldn't have the time to answer it now, mate. Sorry, I know you've sent the super shot now, but it's too long. Austria in possession, ball back up. Arnautovic moves the ball inside. There's space on the left. They rolled it out there. Austria getting body forward. Alaba on the overlap left hand side. Sabitzer with the strike, takes a deflection, goes behind for an Austrian corner. Tom said, I love Southgate managing England. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Michael Owen be in it? No, not at all. Did you see he was in the mud, by the way? Have you seen the Daily Mirror thing about him? I'm not going to say anything about it, just have a little look-see yourself. But no, Michael Owen to me, no, not a chance. Fowler be in there alright, of course. Fowler Rush ahead of Michael Owen for me every day of the week. Your favourite United player ever? I actually answered this earlier on. I've got two, Schmeichel and Cantona. Because I love a bit of swagger, and as a former keeper, I admire Peter Schmeichel a lot. Ball in. Oh! Austria have a second chance on their right hand side. Arnautovic plays it back in. They clip it in. It's easily headed away by the Ukraine. It was an awful cross, that, to be fair. 13.5 minutes to go here. Still 1-0 to the Austrians. Another raking ball, but again, not a great ball in whatsoever. Easy for the Ukraine to defend. Do I think Sancho will go to United? Yeah. I'd be absolutely astonished if he doesn't. I mean, there's the only team in for him at the minute that I'm aware of. United, I mean, and you know the deal is taking a while to drag out, but it's United negotiating it. I don't know of any other team that are negotiating from. Alaba heads the ball away there. Ukrainian player went down. Referee immediately wags his finger to say no dice. Craig's got swag. Won't go bad a bit. Turn my swag on. Took a look in the mirror, say what's up. Yeah, got money. I don't actually have the money part though. Maybe the swag, but definitely not the money. Thoughts on David Beckham? I mean, how can you say anything negative about David Beckham? Man's tattoo game is on point. He owns a football club now in Miami. He's lived the dream. I don't know how you could say anything negative about David Beckham. You're damn right, said WFM. What is even happening? You never know, mate, on my streams. Do you know, when I'm in the Jesus, anything can happen. That's why you don't look away. You can go from in-depth football punditry to lunacy in seconds. Even I don't know till I'm halfway through something what's going on. Least favourite player ever at United, Patrice Evra, 100,000,000%. And not because of the Suarez thing. Not because of that. I just don't like... Everywhere Evra goes, there seems to be trouble. French national team, I've never been able to take Patrice Evra. There's so many fucking comedians in the chat. Craig, mate, I think you need a haircut. Never heard that before. I actually gave myself a haircut before I came on here because I wanted to be, you know, fresh and dope for you guys. Got the Mr. Sheen out, polished the head and everything for you. You know, you don't get this level of glare and magnificence without looking after the Chrome Dome. Sabitzer, all the way back. Austria now just trying to keep possession. The clock is not the Ukraine's friend right now. Austria with the 1-goal lead. Austria, as things stand, will take second in the group. Haircut where? Thank you, the United stand. I mean, the United stand knows what's up. Yeah, I've had great fun, by the way. Your audience are class. Here we go. The Austrian fans getting a bit lively in the stands there. They can smell the last 16. Unfortunately, the Goran Pandev Express has now departed and he goes off into international retirement as a bit of a cult hero. We all love a bit of Goran Pandev. Got himself a goal at the Euros, which is a lovely touch as well. Scored in the first game. Again, an Austrian chance comes to nothing and it'll be another goal kick to the Ukrainians. But an Austrian player is down holding his right leg at the minute. Thoughts on Roy Keane as a footballer? Oh, immense, absolutely immense. Still scares to be Jesus out of me, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, I mean, I'm one of probably the few Irish people who liked Roy Keane standing up for the lack of standards the FAI were putting for the Irish players inside Pan. I'm one of the few people that believes that he stood up to say we deserve better. You know, he was used to being at Manchester United, being treated like a professional, having good hotels, having good, you know, seats in the plane, having proper training equipment, all those things. And he wanted the same for the Irish boys. So, okay, maybe he could have got about it a different way, but I think that his principle was right. Do I think Kane is worth 100 million? It's difficult to know what anybody's worth in a post-COVID world in football, isn't it? With the way football finance has been impacted. What I would say is, and it was a good point made by somebody in the chat earlier on, I don't understand why they're not going for Haaland. It must be because they want the Champions League while Pep's there. That's all I can think of, and they think that Kane and his experience of not winning anything will help them do it. I don't know. That's the only reason I can think of that they're not going for Haaland. Again, the Ukraine tried to attack down the left-hand side, but the ball's overhit. from Zinchenko and it goes out for a throw-in for Austria. Why did I make Harry Potter an orphan? Because he was a very naughty boy. I told you I don't watch Harry Potter. I've had this discussion before. I'm a grown-ass man. I've never seen Harry Potter. Okay, I may have appeared in the films, but I haven't seen him. I do know who Voldemort is, by the way. Ball into the box, and it's cleared again by Austria. 8 minutes to go here. As things stand, Austria finishing second to the Netherlands in the group. That other game still 3-0 as well as things stand. Look, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget a couple of things here. Hit the subscribe button. Let's push that football on towards 500,000 subs. Drop a like on the video. Mr. Goldbridge will be in the house, I believe, at 7:30 to take you through tonight's games. I'll be back on Wednesday, from the best of my knowledge, to maybe do a co-watch along with Mark, so keep an eye out for that one. And again, little mention for my own channel if you want to venture across. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, by the way, it's just at Craig Holden, Houlden, because Lord knows my star needs a bit of rising on there. So it's Craig and then Houlden. Somebody said, if you haven't hit the like, shame on you. There you go. Arnautovic in possession here for Austria in the centre of the pitch. Gives it to Alaba. 7 minutes to go plus additional time. Sabitzer now in possession. He moves the ball out right hand side. Austria have a runner on the overlap, but the player chooses to go on his own and puts another awful cross in. Second ball's won back by Austria again though. Nice bit of football around the edge of the box. Arnautovic tries to flick it through. Half-hearted appeals there for a penalty, but I think it would have been very, very harsh. And Austria recycled the ball all the way back to their keeper. Where am I from? Well, I originated in my mother's womb, and then she spat me out, and I was born and raised in Dublin, but now I live in Wexford. Who would I rather Palace appoint as manager? There are probably few things in the world I care less about than who Crystal Palace appoint as manager, honestly. You're doing great, Craig. Thank you for the content. Thank you for welcoming me on, guys. Look, it's been another pleasure. I've had lots of fun today. I always have fun when I get to do this. It's an awful... It's a privilege being able to be on here doing this stuff. Honestly, I'm very thankful for the opportunities, and I'm very thankful for the kindness in the chat. Of course, there's always going to be a couple of idiots, but you get that everywhere in life. And yeah, I do enjoy putting the idiots down every now and again. Wexford cream ale, is that a thing? Honestly, I don't know. Great show, Craig, said Luke. Thank you, mate. Don't slam Palace. I didn't slam them. I just said I can think a few things I care less about than who Palace appoint as manager. How that's slamming Crystal Palace, I don't know. It's just me being honest and saying I could not give one shiny shit who they appoint as manager. That's not me slagging them off. If I was going to slag them off, I'd mention Benteke or something, but you know, I wouldn't do that because I'm a nice guy. Craig, love you. Can you please read me? Okay, I'm getting marriage in your future. I'm getting wealth. Hang on. Do you have an auntie called Sandra? Sandra says hi. Now, I've read you there. I couldn't see your palm, so I had to do it blind, if you know what I mean. Ukraine in possession, move the ball out left side. Look, they need to shit or get off the pot here because it's full duck or no dinner. And yeah, I can keep them coming, but you know, they need a goal here, and they need to go quick, Ukraine. Look, they don't even look like they're getting that many men into the box here. Ball in. It's headed away easily again by Austria. Zinchenko nods it back down. You look like a better Zidane. I'll take it, sir. Shevchenko or Batistuta? Oh, I'm old school, so I'm going to go Batistuta. But two top quality players. But yeah, I did like Gabriel Batistuta. You gonna do more on this channel? Not sure yet, Tony. I'll be doing more Euro stuff, yes. Oh! Flashed across the face, a goal there. I thought that might have crept in at the far post, but it goes behind. It'll be a goal kick to Austria. I mean, there wasn't much there. Fair play. He made a half yard for himself. Tried to get the angle, just couldn't steer it into the far post. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is. I think we'll talk at the end of the Euros and see if maybe we do this as a regular thing throughout the Premier League campaign. We'll see if the appetite is there, and most importantly, we'll see how deep Goldbridge's pockets are. Would I rather keep Salah and sell Mane or Alisson? I don't play those games, Alex. My answer to that is always, we have them all. There are Liverpool players. Enjoy them all while they're here. I'm not wishing them away. I don't understand wishing football players' careers away. Enjoy them while they're at your club. Ball out left side again to Alaba. Sabitzer to Alaba. Again, just managing the game well here, Austria, trying to run down the clock. Arnautovic tries to flick through. Again, well defended by Ukraine. Ukrainian player down on the edge of his own penalty area. Referee halts the game while he receives a little bit of attention. 2 minutes plus additional time to go. The banter is immense. Thank you. Appreciate it, mate. Look, as any Irish people will tell you, when you grow up in Ireland, you better be able to banter or you'll be destroyed by your own mates. Like, your best mates will destroy you. Who's your man of the match today? Let's give it to the goal scorer. Let's give it to Baumgartner. But, you know, Sabitzer's had a good game, as has Alaba. But let's give it to the goal scorer because it could make all the difference in the group. Although it was an Alaba corner as well, so we did get the assist. Has anybody ever told you look like Dara O'Brien? About 5 million people. And yesterday, I actually put up a picture of Dara O'Brien and said, Happy Father's Day, Daddy, on Twitter. But yeah, interesting fact, we grew up less than 5 miles away from each other. He's from Bray, I'm from Shankill. So maybe there's a postman knocking around there somewhere with questions to answer. We're in the final minute of normal time. Zinchenko has it now, puts a cross in. Again, easy for Austria to deal with. The ricochet falls nicely for Austria as they carry the ball forward. Arnautovic now, ball bounces up off his chest. Again, he's just looking for an outlet, goes up the line but puts it straight out. It'll be a throw into the Ukraine. Did I see Shaqiri's goal yesterday? He scored 2, but yeah, I did. I know the one you're talking about. Who do I think will have the best summer window? It's impossible to guess. Oh, we'll have to wait and see how the window pans out. Arnautovic now coming off for Austria as they look to just shore things up a little bit here, bringing on Kalasic. Looks like Austria are going to take second place in the group and guarantee themselves a place in the last 16. Where am I? Ireland or the UK? Ireland. Ireland, Christian. In the southeast of Ireland. If there was one realistic signing for Liverpool this summer, who would it be? At what price? Let's go with Rafinha and 35 million. But I don't think we will sign him because I don't think Leeds will let him go. I'd love Harvey Barnes, by the way, at Liverpool. I've said this a load of times. I think he'd fit perfectly into our system. 3 minutes of additional time have been added on by the officials here, folks. We've had 30 seconds of them. Ukraine pump another ball into the box. Austria get a head on it, but it breaks right hand side. Ukraine will get a chance to put another cross in. In comes the ball, across left hand side to Zinchenko. Zinchenko flicks it on. Austria again, they'll clear the lines. It'll be a throw in to the Ukraine right hand side. We've got 2 minutes of additional time to go. Might be a couple of seconds extra for the substitution. The linesman has his flag up though for an offside, so it'll actually come back for a free kick. That'll help run the clock down for Austria. Who's going to win it? Honestly, I haven't got a clue. You can easily make an argument for 4 or 5 countries to win this. Ukraine again knock it forward, but Austria have enough bodies back to cope with this. Straight back to Ukraine though. It goes out. It'll be Ukrainian throw in right hand side. Clock ticks towards 2 minutes of additional time. You look like a handsome Mrs. Dowfor. I don't know if that's an insult or a compliment. Zinchenko now. Entering into the last chance saloon here for the Ukraine. They're trying to just find an angle here. That's a good ball out right hand side. Alaba ricochets though. Austria have it in the edge of their own penalty area now. But Ukraine win it back high up the pitch. Is there going to be a twist in the end here, ladies and gents? Ball into the box. It breaks. Zinchenko has it left hand side. This most likely the last attack. Zinchenko works the angle. Crosses half blocked. Again, still Ukraine have an opportunity here. Player goes down looking for a cheap free kick. Referee's not buying it, says play on. Austria have a chance to counter here now. Left, here we go. Austria. I don't know who they were playing that ball to, but it's behind everybody. We've 5 seconds of the 3 minutes to go, but the referee has blown up early. It is all over, and Austria have secured themselves a place in the last 16 by finishing runners-up in Group C after the Netherlands topped the group. They beat North Macedonia by 3-0, although I think they might be still playing in that one. So, we do know, top of the group, the Netherlands. Second place, Austria. Third place, Ukraine. Bottom of the group, North Macedonia. Shaqiri Liverpool career is done, right? Yes, I see so, Leach. If we get the right money, yes. I can see him getting the midfield with anyone he fit. Yeah, he gets injured too often as well, mate. I'd see him maybe going to Turkey. Sevilla have been linked and Lazio have been linked with Shaqiri as well. But congratulations to Austria on securing their place in the last 16 of these European Championships. Again, not a great result that for Andrei Shevchenko and his men, but Netherlands topped the group. That game has finished by 3-0. Netherlands top it, Austria in second place, Ukraine in third, the Goran Pandev Express and North Macedonia finished bottom of the group. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say a really big thank you to you guys for making this such a fun watch along. These streams wouldn't be anything without your interaction, without you showing love to the presenters. Keep it glued to That's Football right throughout the Euros. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video and help the guys push towards 500,000 subscribers. I will most likely see you wonderful people on Wednesday. Have yourselves a cracking few days. Lots of love from my family to you. Take care.